I'm gonna treat you like Ethan now. Now that you gave me that inspiration. Thank you.
Okay.
Next time when you die, I'm just gonna leave. Oh, I have a room.
Say goodbye to abuela.
Yeah, I said when you have your.
Everybody say goodbye to abuela.
When you have a syphilis attack, I'll be like, oh, no, hold on, I need to make a room about Jews and Palestine.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Everybody say goodbye to abuela.
A weapon in Wuhan and deployed against the world so Big Pharma could make.
So I talked to Augustus, and he kicked me out of the stage, but he told me he did it to protect May's love. But then because he knows I have beef with her, so he didn't want to like insult her by having me go crazy on her, which I wasn't going to. But I mean, possibly if she said that the Jews were responsible for COVID-19. Anyways, the point is, she followed me because I tagged her in a big mass post, so I guess we're all kosher now.
Kosher.
So Kevin, I still haven't been able to shake out that horrible film you suggested with all the murder and the horrific rape and other disgusting things in that horrible movie.
Kevin loves murder.
30 Days in Santee or whatever the fuck it was called.
30 Days in Atlanta?
No, some weird film. Some Italian,
I got bras in Atlanta.
It's an Italian snuff film, basically. It's disgusting.
It is not. You are mischaracterizing the film.
You're thinking of 30 Days of Sodom.
No, it's 120 Days of Sodom.
120 Days of Sodom, yeah.
120. That's 4 times as many days as
30 is not enough.
It's not.
How many days of Sodom do you need?
It's essentially the story of Epstein Island.
You needed 365.
Basically, yeah, it's an anti-fascist, anti-modernist movie.
It's a snuff film.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be running for office if your media literacy is this poor.
I think fascism is great. I think that there are certain things that everybody should be doing the same way, like driving. Like
Angela, are you familiar with this film? Okay, yeah, it's very interesting because usually you don't get that many like leftist anti-modernists. Like generally we think of anti-modernism as being like a more conservative thing. It's very interesting to see that perspective. It's pretty rare.
Well,
kind of the idea that fascism, it makes the argument that fascism undermines, manipulates, and takes advantage of our traditional cultural institutions.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you missed that.
Well, try to, I guess. Well, let me ask Grok.
By what means?
Let me see what.
Even Prodhorn talks about that a lot, like how capitalism has destroyed tradition. Now he's like, oh, now your wife has to work in the factory too. How does that make you feel?
Well, this movie. Wait, Kevin, can you explain again what you just said? Which I suppose.
It's an anti-film, but okay, all right.
Go ahead.
Saying it's anti-modernist, and it makes the case fascism undermines our traditional social institutions like religion, marriage, and even food. I think it uses these series of set pieces of the fascists torturing this group of young adults. Do these things. So, like in one of the scenes, they force two of a boy and a girl, teenagers, to both do like a mock marriage of each other, and then immediately afterwards force them to commit adultery. I think that's like a pretty striking example of the point that it's trying to get across.
Well, I think to even like center the film, as opposed to like centering somebody in the room, is part of the same problem, which is that, again, I just think it's like vulgar, gross, and, kind of revolting to watch, and never would I waste time watching it again to try to explore deeper issues with the film. I would rather just get your, summary and leave it at that.
Pasolini also, I believe he made a movie based on the Book of Matthew, and the church, I think, actually celebrated it as being one of the most faithful representations of the Bible ever put to screen. Forget the name of that movie, but I don't think it was really that bad. I don't. You must have a weak stomach for movies.
He's a Puritan.
No, I mean, did you ever see there's a book called Last Exit to Brooklyn, and then they made this movie by the guy who did Pi, Darrenofsky, where they become heroin addicts and she becomes a prostitute so she can get her fix, and it's just like you watch somebody, like a good person, get destroyed, and it's like such a vulgar, dirty film in that way. You know which one I'm talking about, with one of the Wayans brothers and then Jared Leto? It's by Darrenofsky. Anyways, I'm just saying that, like, it can make you cringe when you watch that film, because you're just like, can't believe I'm watching this, and it just keeps going, and then it resets, goes back into like the hypnosis of the horribly disgusting woman, singing her horrible, terrible song while these disgusting people watch. It's just like, if that's what life is really like on the inside of, what you would call the elite, I mean, it's just so soulless and evil that, if you look at Alex Soros's Instagram, he's got photos of his mom, his daddy, now he's married to Huma Abedin, and supposedly, I don't know, what do you think about like elite sexual practices and, vulgarity and, like an inside joke, or basically, people who are just absolutely disgusting human beings?
Well, as long as it's consensual.
Yeah, I guess.
As long as the kid consent, yeah.
So you're discussing, if you go into
I'm kidding. That was a joke. That was a.
Well, if you go into Randy's room, him and Tim, they keep talking about, pedophobia and things like that, which is kind of funny because Islamophobia and pedophobia go hand in hand, supposedly, if you can criticize Islam without having your head cut off. But
Well, we do it all the time here.
I know, but
no one has beheaded us.
well, I'm just saying that, in Amir's room, what's really funny is Amir has like combed all of my YouTube videos because I have filmed so much Clubhouse, so he's pulling out like some gems from like Jewish Clubhouse. He's like, he thinks he's finding something to support, his cause with evidence about the Zionist entity conspiracy, and it's just so funny, like watching somebody try to do confirmation bias by watching my videos. But it's really just his Jew hate show. That's what it really is they just sit there and they make the most horrific Jew hate jokes. Not jokes, but like they read the news and they laugh at Jews. Like, they're just so sick. It's so pathetic. Because he's just a fat, Pakistani guy sitting in California and just laughing and just, it's pathetic. No, Amir the terrorist, who I've reported to the FBI multiple times on this app. So he keeps calling me out by name every single night. This John Kitover, this fucking John Kitover, this motherfucker, fucking reporting me to the FBI, motherfucker.
What are you reporting it for?
Terrorism.
Terroristic threats?
Yeah, terrorist plotting, terrorist organizing, supporting, promoting.
Well, nothing happens with Diego.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you have neo-Nazis in open communication on big tech platforms and you're not reporting it, it's like, okay.
Well, nothing happened with Diego though. He didn't only do that, but he scammed and all that, and he's still free.
Well, I just reported anybody who I hear making death threats or plotting terrorism. I just immediately post it to X and tag Dan Bongino and Cash Patel
So
and the
what
FBI.
is terrorism for you?
Anything that I don't like politically, I just call it terrorism.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, why not? I don't understand. That's my I'm a political extremist and a terrorist notifier. I don't want to hear violence. I don't want to hear hate speech. To me. So, but what's crazy is right now at the park near my house, they did it again during No King's Day. All the parents sent their kids with messages to write it in chalk on the ground, and it says things like "Protect trans children." Trans children are real. Don't deny trans is real. Um, Other things like illegal aliens are immigrants. Protect all immigrants. Like every single Democrat talking point is in chalk right now at my park. So I'm going to go over there, photograph it all as like a memory because they're using children to do their talking points. So it's like a perfect example of projection captured.
Everybody does this.
I know, but I'm going to photograph it because I want to capture the messages because those are the talking points being transmitted through children through chalk. So it's like a perfect example of projection and propaganda. Other things like keep the National Guard out of Chicago. Do not send the National Guard to Chicago. They're terrorists. Things like that. I mean, really anti-American messaging. Horrifically bad. I just want to capture it this time because last time I forgot to bring my phone and I regretted it because it probably would have gotten publicity.
I don't think this would have gotten any publicity. I think people know this.
Well, what if everybody around the country started sharing their chalk photos of young liberal Democrat trans children, putting out propaganda messages at every park throughout the country in chalk? Like, this is a coordinated effort.
What do you mean it's coordinated?
I would bet that some of these nonprofits who have regional and big city chapters, like they're encouraging parents to get their children out there to chalk up the parks with messaging because they're all photographing it and sharing it on their social media. So as a local conservative,
You don't think it's possible that these are just what they think, and they just are, this is kind of the ethos they created, and the issues that they talk about.
It's not spontaneous. It's not spontaneous. It's because of that No King's Day. I read about the nonprofits behind the No King's Day. It's the remnants of No King's Day. But I'm gonna capture it this time. And I fucked up last night. I went to this big festival, and this guy running for politics gave the worst speech you could have ever made. And I didn't bring my phone. And my friend who has a political gossip publishing business, he said, "Did you get him on video?" I was like, "No, I didn't do it." So it's like we missed a big opportunity to get like a political hit point against him. But I personally like him actually, even though he's like a horrible Democrat. He's actually like a nice, pleasant person. So I would rather vote for nice, pleasant people, like who have like good demeanors all the time. I think those are good people, but they have to be fiscally conservative because we're broke. What do you think about that, Kevin? Voting for somebody who has like a very nice demeanor, who hugs the homeless, is kind to everybody, doesn't have a mean bone in their body. Those are people you can trust, right? Hello? Is this thing even on anymore? Well, where's Diogenes at, Abby?
I told him, I don't know. He said he'll come back, but he didn't, so.
Well, my mom called. You want to call mom back?
Yeah, let's go.
You want to hear my mom's raspy voice? What are you
Oh, you want to call his mom?
Yeah, let's call your mom.
Me, you, and Ryan right now.
I don't know. My mom's gonna say all kinds of shit.
I'm here. Yeah, let's call his mom. Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted.
Wow, I can't believe what's his name left.
swine flu?
Yeah, that's his name.
Why you can't believe?
Because I miss him.
Well, you don't have what Pussy has.
Good.
I know. I don't know what the fuck it is. I really don't get it.
Well, we can see what you have, what he doesn't have, which is desperation.
What was that?
No joking. He comes in and out for Pussy too, don't worry.
Bushy.
Well, he can come in and out for whoever he wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to find him in the morning so he's more stable then. I mean, he stays more in the room. He doesn't run away. Okay, so let's call Mom.
Nah, I'm past that now.
No, come on.
Oh, wow.
You want to hear, what's her name again?
All about it.
It's over, huh? The muff is no more. What, did you create a new house called Snatched? Let's see. Snatched. Nice. Why do you want to join this house? And who sent you? I love Snatch.
You're not
And serendipity uninvited me. Uninvited me.
I mean,
It's never gonna grow. You're never gonna grow it.
It's not about growing it for me. I don't care about that.
No Kitover, hell yeah. Oh my gosh. Damn. Well, that's cool. You'll save me time.
Right?
You'll save me time, yeah.
I will save you time.
Oh.
It's not personal. I'm not going to start blocking you.
Oh, I don't care. This is part of the game, I assure you, because people will go in there and send me clips of the room. So, now I don't even have to do any work.
Well, you very well may be right about that.
That's the way it goes. I'm telling you, everybody's a gossip and a snitch on this app. It's not just Snatched. You should create another room called Snitched.
Maybe I'll make that the public room.
Yeah, that would be smart.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not think that room could go much longer. I mean, it was like 7 days straight of Mike Moon talking. It wasn't? Oh my God, go to my YouTube. It's like 7 days of Mike Moon and Mike Moon basically just going.
Not even get on the app again. It couldn't have been 7 days.
Oh yeah, it was. I sat here in my office for 7 days listening to Mike Moon motor mouthing in as a green bean in that house.
Yeah, Roger boomed in the moth. It is no more.
Yeah, I think that's his way of doing it, is like just cleaning all this up and letting it go. It's smart.
Yeah, I think so too.
Snitched. All right, well, I'm gonna create a competitor.
Of course.
We'll call it Snitched. I'll just create the Snitched house. Let's do this. Let's do this. It's gonna be really boring, Serendipity. I hope you know that.
I don't know. We've already had some pretty big rooms in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I am excluded then.
Yeah, last night and this morning. Yeah. For sure.
Well,
You're gonna have to work harder, folks.
we'll see how long it lasts.
Right. I don't have a whole lot of faith in people, so it is what it is. Hey, Ewan.
Peak hours really for this app, in my opinion, are in the morning. That's when people are the biggest talkers. Everybody gets their dopamine fill up.
Yeah. And it's nice to have a place where you can go and do that and everybody will just act civilized. I agree with you. I think they're the best hours. raising? I don't think I did hand raising. So I think people can just come up. I didn't pay attention.
I created a competitor to Chillism called White Belts and Chillism 3.0, and man, Monica went. Oh my God! Speaking of Monica,
You've missed her, haven't you?
well, I really wanted her to open up a room in the White Belts Chillism, a house that I created, and maybe she could play like a podcast. Sure, we could come up with some ideas.
Monica.
Ewan, what was that room you had with your wife earlier today?
What do you mean? Which room?
Oh, we moved that to the private house.
Yeah, we started in I don't know, just it was coffee and drinks. That's what it was.
Yeah, I saw it, but then I couldn't find it on my anonymous, so I was like, oh, forget it.
That's because we moved it.
This is not my anonymous, FYI, and down there, that's somebody else. With the muff shutting down, I've basically like turned my cameras back around because the muff was my consistent go-to for like 10 days or ever since Roger disappeared. There's a lot of videos of Monica. Monica got a lot of screen time this season.
Well, I mean, she is Monica.
She got very upset though. She jumps back into the chillism room. It's like Monica doesn't like having her peace disrupted, or I wouldn't even call it her peace. I would say it's like her perch.
Oh yeah? Mom, are you coming up?
So is it true? Are you really gonna meet Monica in person, Serendipity?
Heck yeah.
But she's fully
Well,
MAGA. She's totally MAGA, and you're not fully MAGA.
No, I'm not. I'm not manga at all.
See, so you sure you're gonna get along? Like, there's gonna be peace. You're anti-MAGA.
I am quite certain. She is the good cop to my bad cop, or something like that.
But why do you think she's all in on Trump as being, a great president and a savior for the country? But you're anti-Trump. Why?
I wouldn't say I'm anti-Trump. I just don't think Trump. I have some criticisms of Trump, and I don't think he's like the new world savior.
Oh, you think he's a fake?
I mean, I think a lot of things about Trump. I'm not like a personal fan of Trump's.
Got it. So you don't like him. You think he's a fake, a dirty dog. He's not a savior. He's a fraud.
What, Ewan?
This is probably being live streamed to Ali Alexander from the internet. Like, God damn it! Just losing his shit.
Yeah, I have some fair criticisms of him. There are a lot of things that I fully support that he's done, and I stand behind him. I think he was the best decision for his country, but there are a lot of negative things that I could say about him as well.
See, I think that's the problem. Is there were two options. There was Donald,
Right.
and there was Kamala. And if you think that we chose the lesser of two evils, I think you're actually really naive as a person.
Wait, actually,
No.
you think that Kamala? Okay, you know what? I actually think that Kamala was such a bad pick for the Democrats that was a more evil decision because of how stupid she was.
And I didn't say I think Trump is evil either.
No, I get it, but I'm just saying any criticism, especially when all you're doing is a comparison between Trump and Kamala, like there's no criticism there. It's night and day that she would have been a disaster for us.
Of course it is. I totally agree with you.
Okay, so if that's the case, how do you?
There wasn't even any contest.
But then, what is your negative criticism though of Trump?
My negative criticisms of Trump are my biggest negative criticism of Trump currently is the way that he handled the Epstein files. A big part of his platform was transparency and wanting to clean up with Doge and everything, and I think that they went in, and I think that they did a really good job. But when he played the card that he did with the Epstein files, and it didn't go the way that he wanted it, and then he turned around and gaslit his constituency, yeah, that's real bad for me. The very people that put you in that office that have supported you, some in large part because of the transparency that you promised. Had he just come out and said, look, I know I said I would release these, or I hoped to release these, but due to, I don't care, fill in the blank, issues of national security, better judgment, I'm not going to do it. And I apologize for that. Like, had he just been honest and straightforward about it, I could have even gotten over that. But to gaslight his constituency and say, what the fuck? Are we still talking about this? Like, what is wrong with you people? And then imply that, my former support, he handled that completely and totally wrong. And he still managed to win in the media because he just completely obfuscated the issue by throwing out other little headlines. Do you see people screaming and telling you don't read about Epstein anymore? Like it's almost completely buried again.
Well, I mean, you're doing it right now. You're doing it right now. It's like creating room saying.
Yeah, it's the room full of 10. I know, but.
Well, I'm just saying the now is all important. And, to me, if I'm listening to someone complain about Trump who didn't do anything about Epstein and then gaslit his own people, I mean, that's what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
Would it be fair to say though that Trump going back on the Epstein files and the way that he dealt with it was kind of like a Kamala move, to be honest? Like that's like something that like that kind of politician would have done.
I don't know. To me, if somebody is criticizing Trump about Epstein, to me that's not even a big deal anymore. Like that's not a priority issue. But see, the thing is, when somebody brings it up, hold on, no, I'm not finished yet. What I'm saying is, I'm not finished yet. What is the implication that serendipity is suggesting? Are you suggesting serendipity that there is an Israeli Mossad connection to Epstein, his espionage activities? Like, what is it that is actually upsetting you about Epstein? Is it the sex trafficking and the victims, or is it the espionage? Because it's a very delicate issue, and I love talking about it.
It is a very delicate issue, and I would say that it's all of the above. It's the sex trafficking, it's the victims, it's the fact that I don't think that this is necessarily a Mossad thing as much as I think it's probably a global central intelligence issue. I think that potentially many different international agencies utilized material provided by Epstein to make things happen that they wanted to make happen. And I think the CIA is involved. I think there's the potential Mossad is involved. I think there's the potential that the MI6 is involved. Like I think there's the potential that many, and I think that's one of the reasons why every time someone gets their hands on these files and they look through them, it suddenly becomes that this story needs to be buried. Because I don't think it's just about American fallout. I think that it's a black eye probably in the face of many, international countries. And that is my problem, like I said. And I'd have had a lot more support for the way that Trump chose to handle not wanting to disclose the files if he had just said, I shouldn't have said I would release them. I can't release them. Then to turn around and act the way that he did. Like it was preposterous. It was egocentric. It was like, I'm going to tell you how you need to respond to this and what the narrative needs to be, and you all need to step in line. And if you can't step in line, then, fuck you. Because he ain't worried about being reelected. So he didn't mind giving his constituents the bird. And that is my issue.
Hello? Hey, Francis, I miss you very much, man. But
I
just wanted to make a quick point, too, to add to it. It's like, I think that parent, especially to like, you know, you have toddlers, they grow up, and you have kids. When it comes to like child sex trafficking rings, I don't think you realize like the amount of anger and hatred that you have for these people. And like I would say that pretty much every parent who isn't a fucking psycho would want these people like publicly hung. You know? Like would want these child sex traffickers to face the worst fucking reality and make them feel scared and make sure that everybody that tries to do it after that moment feels terrified to do so so they don't do it. Like the amount of anger that parents have, especially with like what's going on with children these days in general. Like children are being fucking like brainwashed by like schools and stuff like that. Parents are like fucking outraged. Like I can't like yeah, it's not that safe to like just let your child go out with friends every day. People feel worried about this shit, and the whole Epstein files thing just added to that, and the fact that there was no accountability for that. This is the thing: is that there's accountability for random like pedophiles on the street or whatever that like do horrible things, but there's no accountability for someone once you reach like $500 million in value. You can do that and get away with it.
Okay, 30 more seconds, Ewan. 30 more seconds, Ewan. 30 more seconds.
No, it's done. That's it.
Can we say hi to Augustus for a minute?
Yeah, what's up, Augustus? Haven't seen you in a minute. You okay?
Yo, what's up, everybody? Yeah, I'm doing good. I got married this year. I'm about to have a son.
Congratulations!
Shit, dude. Congrats.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah, and I moved to Washington, D.C., so I'm in the swamp, and shit is real.
Dude, are you fucking still working with RFK and shit?
Yeah, I work for a satellite organization that supports them, a nonprofit called Maha Action, and my wife works for him directly and sees him like every day.
Dude, did you, like, when we first met, did you ever fucking see yourself in this position? It sounds so crazy, dude. I love it.
Yeah, it's a trip, bro. No, I never saw myself in this position, honestly. Um, so it's a trip, but it's where I'm at, bro. Like this is my life. You know, I kind of given my whole life to this movement, and um, whatever we're doing is working because the numbers are in, and the polls show as of like a week ago that he is the most favorable person in politics on both sides of the aisle. So favorability, he's +7 in the Harvard Harris poll. So we are extremely effective at what we do, and he's doing a good job. And yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, no. My mom.
30 more seconds, Ewan.
My mom, who is like successful back, is really pissed off at him, which makes me realize that he's probably doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I mean, him and JD Vance are -2. Who else is on that list? Elon Musk is -15. Joe Biden is -14. Gavin Newsom's -5. So he's +7. So
Well, like, so you're living in Washington D.C. now. How does it feel with like all of the changes that made?
like the National Guard and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel good about it, bro. Like when I moved here, I found out rather quickly that DC is DC-ing.
I remember going to D.C. back in the day, like
for a second. See one.
People have like tried to like carjack us. People have like lit off fireworks in our hallway, our apartment building. There's like a lot of like petty crime, like a lot of like serious crime. There was like a shooting like a block away from here where I stay, and like 100-person flash mob. And that's kind of what tipped the scales for President Trump to make this decision on bringing in the National Guard. And since he's brought him in, bro, I can walk around with my cane out, you know? So that's great.
Yeah, you don't get robbed because you can just go like, help me, army man.
Yeah, so Gus is like, you know, I deal in politics in New York City, and this person who I do not like, like, so my family is, you know, in the Cuomo, like, we're trying to get this guy, like, your boy, this guy is, like, such a thorn in the nail of all of us, bro. Who, RFK? No, the guy in New York City.
Mom and Donnie, wait, Augustus and Mom and Donnie have like nothing in common.
No, I'm saying, like, so, like, my parents who fucking Mondavi is so
Yeah, I'm not helping his campaign at all, bro.
yeah, like I'm giving money to like my parents and like you know, working towards Cuomo because you understand what happens if with all due respect to Mondavi, but he's not a good guy.
No. Augustus is like fucking RFK's boy. He's like fucking doing the Make America Healthy.
Well, yeah, I'm pro RFK. Yeah, absolutely.
Look at that, we solved it.
I'm not working with that socialist out of New York now. I am working with two other campaigns. One's in California.
You mean making America great again? That's what you mean, right?
I'm talking about the other campaigns I'm working for. This in California and in Illinois.
I live in California, so what
One of my clients, he's a candidate for Congress challenging the congressman out of LA, Democrat socialist who's taking all his APAC money.
Augustus is also doing a fundraiser for candidate Kitover.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, I wanted to just say hi to everybody that came up on stage. Joseph, Steve, Nick, BB, you never said
Thank you for the warm welcome, my amazing majesty.
All you step on me.
Well, it looks like all the drama on Clown House has died down. It looks like all the new party hats are here. Congratulations, everybody. I think we nipped this pot in the bud. Congrats, everybody. I hope you enjoyed In the Muff. If you haven't joined Snatched yet, it's a super private, exclusive space just for Serendipity's cool people, the real cool click people. Go get Snatched because the Muff is dead.
Thank you for that service announcement, John.
There will be no more candidate Kitover promotions in Snatched, FYI. It's a Kitover safe space zone. So if any of you have been impacted by my YouTube recordings, actually Steve here recently created the John Kitover rule here on Clubhouse. I thought that was pretty cool. That's a first for me. So thank you, Steve.
John Kitover rule, huh?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, in the atheist room, you said don't block anybody unless it's John Kitover. It's called the John Kitover rule.
Well, that's not exactly.
Yeah, that's what I recorded. It's on YouTube. You can watch it, Steve. It's called the John Kitover rule from Steve Appel. It's on YouTube. You can watch it.
It's not, but it's close enough.
I guess I didn't make it up. You'll have to watch the YouTube video, Uncle Steve.
Definitely don't put me down on all black guy ears. No, I'm about to bring the heat. I'd like to know who the socialist congressman that you're fighting against in Los Angeles is.
Wait, Bruce needs to get on. Bruce, wait.
Newsom's governor. He's not a congressman. Well, freaking or it's the same thing to me. A governor is the same thing as a congressman? Okay.
Wait, Bruce. I gotta ask a question. Wait, you're black.
Wow. No, I'm not.
Come on, do you remember that shit from like years ago?
Bruce, why did you
Do you remember that? Holy shit. I'm sorry, Bruce. I won't start it again. It won't happen again. Don't worry. Fucking hell, sorry, dude.
We would have been cool.
That was fucking weird. Sorry, Bruce. How are you, Bruce? I haven't seen you in forever.
Working on movies and trying to do stuff. Like, how are you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm alright. I'm just stuck in like a fucking insane country, but like, I feel like, yeah, but otherwise, like, I'm very good. I have a family now. I have a wife and baby.
Oh shit, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that's blessings to you, man. Blessings to you.
Well, I'm stuck in Britain right now, so yeah.
How's your baby?
My baby, she's the best ever. Yeah, fucking love her to death. She's
How
great.
old is
She's
she?
like talking now. She just
talk-
turned a year. She just turned a year old.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Great. That's good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, she's about to walk. She's like very close to walking. She told me hi, daddy, the other day, which is like the first time she said that. That was fucking cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope you have. Yeah, dude. I hope. Like, hey, man, just take care of, especially girls, dude. I got 3 daughters. You know, it's crazy. I mean, having girls, man, it's nuts.
I mean, I heard that having a girl is way more fun than having a son when you're a dad, because like they're not as
Okay, sometimes maybe, but this is your first daughter, so yeah, you're gonna have fun with her. Like my oldest, my first one, I loved her. I mean, Jesus, she was the best. But when you start, don't have more girls too. Just
I mean, we'll find it. We'll see. We just gotta relocate. We're gonna leave the country, so we're just gonna figure it out.
Oh really? Yeah.
I've heard people repeat themselves on this app 1,000 times. I can't believe it.
Yeah. I have a business partner. We're going to
It's
Puerto
awesome,
Rico.
right, John? It's amazing news. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that like a lot of people need to reconfirm their goals and objectives on this app by repeating them all the time.
Don't forget to child-proof the entire house.
Oh, it's childproof. Don't worry.
All right, good.
Yeah, he's pretty smart. He's going to childproof everything.
Do you happen to live in a shitty country? Even?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty fair to say, yeah, it's pretty fair country.
You can hot glue corners and edges of like tables or desks. Just cover them in hot glue.
Yeah, that's too much.
I already got like these border covers that will stop that.
It's called Snatch.
Yeah.
It's the hottest post-muff room you're ever going to join. It's a new house by Serendipity. It's called Snatch. Very hot in the Snatch.
Okay, you just
Wait.
selling stuff.
Why do you get upset that I'm gonna move to the U.S.? Like, don't you want me in the U.S.? It's a good country.
I record content. I'm saying you say the same thing 1,000 times. No, I think it's been 1,846 times, just to be accurate.
But yeah, no, we're gonna do it. I think they're gonna do it. I'm gonna say it about like 3,000 times more at least before I move there because I still.
Watch his visa get denied.
Damn, still.
Watch his visa get denied.
Why would my visa? Wait, why would my visa get denied?
I don't know.
Could be a legit visa.
Wait, you're in Europe?
Yeah, I'm in the UK, dude. The UK is fucking crazy, dude.
I mean, you speak American. You're American, right?
No, I'm Canadian.
Oh wow. And you freaking Europe?
I'm a Canadian, and no, I'm in Britain, dude. It's not even Europe anymore.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wow. How do you like it over there though? It's not good.
Well, I love the people here, but the government is like really bad here.
No way.
You coming back to the United States, or I mean, coming to the United States.
Yeah, I'm working on. Well, I used to have a visa to work in the United States, and I'm just like starting to work on renewing it.
I'm right. Don't come. Just do somewhere else. Go somewhere else.
What do you mean? I like the United States. I like the American people. There's so many good states.
As hell. All right. You'll see.
I know it's chaotic, but I actually think that you guys have a few things in place that like the rest of the Western world doesn't have.
Hell no.
I'm originally from Canada, but
I'm going to Puerto Rico.
Oh no, because you don't obviously like you live in the UK, you don't have an accent,
yeah.
but you also said you've never been to America, so the only other place I could think of.
What? No, I've been to America many times. No, I like basically.
There you
I
got
spent years in the U.S. Yeah.
You got America.
Well, I mean, okay, well, you never lived there, so I was trying to think where like your accent.
I'm going to Puerto
Not
Rico.
accent, but like the non accent, I guess.
No, he has an American accent. We can flow with it. Super. You can hear it.
I don't really consider.
Oh, here we go. Go ahead.
I don't consider what way he speaks.
Every night, every day. Oh yeah, big one. I try to make you smile. I thought you got big one. Somebody. Welcome to Canada. Hey, yo. Hey, big one, big track.
This is a trauma.
So funny. And why you say your name is crazy?
We appreciate it. Bye. Okay. Sorry.
I'm surprised we
So you know it.
What the fuck?
So you just did that just to make your thing freaking alright.
Not the way
No,
that girl
the
is
trolls
the same
need
every
love
single time
too.
I see her. She does not change for nobody.
Yeah. The trolls need love
She-
too. I
wait.
mean,
Is she like a regular troll? I never have seen a woman.
Yes.
Oh my
like
god,
that.
she's like
Yes.
a super, yeah.
She gets
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, she does all that.
You know what? I'm gonna add her back.
strongest ass. Like,
She just followed me. I'm gonna add her back.
Go ahead,
Just because
listen to
I can appreciate your craft.
she follows every
Yeah, you're like one in a million. Like all the trolls are dudes. So you're
Yeah.
like the only legitimate troll.
He said that. Oh yeah.
we got female trolls.
I mean,
It's a skill.
sometimes you need a craft.
It's a
Okay.
skill.
It's a skill to be a good
Yeah,
troll.
but her crash
Yeah,
is
but
like
most-
pretty though. They're not
most
even
Maybe
female-
it is in the beginning.
I agree, Steve. Not all trolls are created equally.
Exactly correct. Thank you,
Yes.
serendipity.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
with you on that, Steve.
Yes. Most
That
of the
girl's
female
a drug
trolls.
addict and an alcoholic though, so it's like.
I don't mean to name Sam. Okay, I don't mean to like other women right now. Wait, one second. I don't mean to other women right now. Like I don't want to fucking be a dick, but I think that most of the female trolls in this app shit, like what we were talking about earlier today, versus that woman who came into the room and just wanted to fucking yell, which I thought was great. Like, good on her.
All right, bring her back up and you'll see.
Yeah, you'll see. Go ahead, bring him back up.
I mean,
I don't
she's
think it's
useful.
on years.
Like when you guys get unruly and stuff, watch. Like when there's an argument going on,
No.
how is this not gonna break it up? I mean, you
Bring
could.
her back
How
up.
is this not gonna break it up?
No, the problem.
Here we go.
No, the problem with her is that she gets voice.
Yo, listen, you little fucking wannabe shrimp dick pussy. I'm allergic to seafood, okay? Oh yeah. Bill Clinton here, big law, aka Craig. When it's Tory, fucking me, welcome to Canada.
How long you think she'll go?
He's 31, I'm not that age, motherfucker. Or his father or his
The thing
grandfather.
is, she's drunk and high, so she just doesn't know when to stop.
No, who took it down? Just
The
let
only
her
person with the moderator.
I just had her as a friend, so I want her in all of my rooms. It's fucking great.
Yeah, she's kind of awesome though. She's fucking funny. She does some shit. Yeah.
You get all the love here.
I can't do that.
Allow her to do this.
No, you can. You know what? You can do it. You just don't want to do it. But the whole thing about it is she's funny.
This is Bruce.
No, I don't think I
I'm
could.
sorry. This is Bruce.
I tried.
Let's let Zuka have the floor for a minute.
I like it. This is really
I didn't hear what you said, serendipity. What you said?
I said let's let you have the floor for a minute. I heard you trying to talk.
Oh no. All I said was I think my mic is low because I like you keep talking.
You're a little bit lower.
Yeah,
but,
it is a little slower.
But it's like not much. So please don't go too close to your mic.
Say that again.
It's a little bit lower, but it's not like too loud. Like I can still hear you clearly. They just don't like. Some people have to shut mics down their throats.
Love you too.
No.
She just said fuck you, Bruce.
I know how to.
So, love you too.
Play it for me.
She is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah. I like alright.
But yeah, R.I.P. in the mob. For those of you that care, snatched the house linked above. Is a replacement house for our coffee rooms in the mob. So make sure you join. It is a Kitover free space because it is private by invitation only.
Do we, serendipity, do we have an official funeral date or no?
It was the muff felt her demise on yesterday.
It already happened. Thank you,
Yes.
serendipity. Thank you.
It has already happened.
Bruce, your new friend is messaging in the chat. Did you see?
Yes, Zuka, I see. I just messaged her back. And actually, she's not my new friend. She's been a friend for a while. That's me and a few other people.
She doesn't seem to like you very much, Bruce.
Well, dude, you don't seem to like me very much. Why are you talking to me?
Is Steph still in here? Where did Steph go?
I just told you to direct your
All
eyes
right,
at the
dude,
chat.
stop trolling too. You trolling. Stop doing that.
Huh?
Do y'all know Steph
How much?
Luck? Anybody know Steph Luck?
Stop, dude. You're like a young
No, I have
kid.
no
Stop.
idea. I'm not even
Anybody
kidding.
down in the goon know
I
Steph?
don't know who I am.
Repeat that so I can hear what you said.
Does anybody know Steph? Or Steph Luck, sorry.
Personally,
No.
I do not. Sorry.
Okay. She was on stage. I wish she'd come back. I just want to talk to her and make sure she's a legit person.
Serene, you know half these people are not legit.
Well, I mean, I know Kitover is really good at
You're
characters.
Sting's legit. I'm legit. Dewan's legit. Rat.
Bruce, we're not sure about you yet. Though. We're still not sure about you.
Zook is definitely not legit. Let me think. Let me talk to who's legit. Michelle's legit.
Bruce, we haven't met, but you'll soon find out.
I'm not legit.
I know you're not legit because
You got something black as shit.
That's right.
Well, black as shit. I'm scared. Well, I am black.
We like people owning people.
And by the way, Jane over the years has blocked me about a dozen times, but she's still legit.
Who?
Nate? That's true. I don't know about a dozen.
Okay, half a dozen.
That's so fine. But you know what? Thank you for vouching for me. Quickly, I wanted to say,
My
I really wish you luck. And I'm glad you agree a new house for lots of reasons. And, you know what?
What?
I think women should rule the world as well. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Jane. I appreciate that.
I would like that. I wish I do. Because I got 3 daughters on my own. They need, like, some kind of, like, thing going on.
Women could rule the world if they could all get together. They could easily rule the world. If women all got together. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
I'm sorry, Steve, because we like, females. I mean, I don't want to say anything, Steve. You look like a person that, if I say pussy, you might get offended. I don't know.
Sir, I'm the last one in the room to get offended.
Okay, so we like.
The only thing that offends me is when you interrupt me, but I will wait until you finish.
Okay, then I'll shut up.
All right, as I was saying, women could rule the world if they could all get together and all agree on one thing. Now, some people may say, well, men could do the same thing. No, men can't. All the men could get together and say, okay, women, do this or else. And the woman would say, I don't give a fuck what you think. But if women got together and said, guys, do what we want or else, guys would do whatever the women wanted. And it's my opinion, but I believe it to be true.
And you're right.
I actually
Uncle
don't agree with
Steve
that.
is always right, baby.
Steve, I don't agree. I actually think. Do you know what? I actually think that.
All right.
Okay, so this is a bit left field, like totally crazy, but I actually think that the reason why we're in this situation right now is because there hasn't been a big
What
enough
situation are you referring to, sir?
Oh, I just mean like this, like, you know how we had like 2015 like feminism and like women, it was like girl power, but it was also like fuck men and like we hate men and all this shit. And now like we have like a whole generation of men who are like generally pretty weak as human beings and they're afraid of dating women. I think the reason for that is because we haven't had a world war. And a huge amount of the men haven't been wiped out.
Interesting theory. Here's my response. Well, if you're finished, I'll give you my response. The Me Too movement, which you alluded to, but you really didn't say, was the greatest protest that I've seen with my own eyes in the past 20 years or whatever. And here's why. All women got together, not only around America, but around the world. They had one simple message. I've been affected too. Very simple. Me Too movement. And the message got out. Women protested all around the world. How many people got arrested? I think 0. How many people got into fights? 0. How many people got into legal hassles because of it? 0. How many people got the message loud and clear? Everybody. The Me Too movement was the greatest protest in the past gazillion years. That's my humble opinion.
I don't know. I think that you're making a bit of a mistake because I think that.
What did I say wasn't true?
Well, okay, so I think that calling out sexual harassment and assault in communities is probably a great thing. I would never fight against that, right? But what has happened is there's been this entire like new wave of feminism that has essentially caused millions of women to just hate men.
And all it took was one Amber Heard to move the dial to the other average Joe Schmo like me go into a bar, hit on a woman, nothing's gonna happen. And if she says no, all you gotta do is just respect the word no, and you'll have no problem. On the other hand, if you're a famous guy and you're worth millions of dollars and your face is known everywhere, then you gotta watch out. I keep your hands tied behind your back. But if you're an average Joe Bull like me, just not at work, go to any bar, any restaurant, go to any whatever you want, and hit on women, it's no problem. That's my answer.
It's not about famous men. It's about like the average.
It's
like,
totally about famous
Hold
men,
up,
sir.
It's about her was a gold digger. She thought she got a leg up by being married to Johnny. That's what I
No,
heard.
This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the overall culture.
Could I say something, Tommy?
Famous people.
I don't know about the famous people, but what I appreciate that you said, Steve, is knowing you. I was like not surprised that you said it. That it was effective.
Oh,
Don't interrupt,
absolutely.
ladies. Don't interrupt.
Yeah.
And you know what? How do you feel after some time to reflect, Steve? Is it reasonable? I mean, I no doxing, but I think you and I both have daughters, 20,
Yes.
20,
Yes.
30. Do you want them to have the
I have
freedom?
3 daughters.
Okay, Bruce, that's nice.
This is why I said you.
I'm talking
Oh, sorry.
in the workplace, is what you said. And I think that's very great. It's not that fucking hard. At work, don't hit on women. And guess what? Smart women can tell if you're being cool and they want to date you. You'll figure it out. You don't have to worry about it.
They'll hit on you.
Still be at work. People will, this whole bullshit narrative about, oh my god, the workplace can't be fun. It can. It'll be fine. And the people who think that they've lost something are those who are pissed because they're not allowed to be like sexual in the workplace. Leave women alone. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, thank you. I don't care if you make minimum wage. Just consider women at work off limits. It'll eliminate 95% of your problems.
I would never disagree with that.
I'm with you on that because Steve, like I'm around your age and I understand that. Like, you don't do that. Like, in other words, if you want to just hit or talk to a woman, like, hey, let's go on a date or anything like that, it should not be at work or should not be that way. I mean, you meet them out on the street or anything like that, that's okay. Talk to them normally, but all women want that, and there's sometimes that you got women that are younger. It depends on what it is. But you're right. Like Elon's right. You're right. Ron's right. Like you just gotta be careful, man. It's rough. It's rough for men and women at the same time. Because there's women that want to be hit on, dude.
But it's really simple, guys. It's very simple. Do whatever you want outside of work, and when you hear the word no, stop. Don't think that no means well maybe. No means no. Just fucking stop. You got no problem.
I didn't really bring up like the Me Too work situation. Like that wasn't my original.
I know you didn't bring it up. I brought it up.
I know, but what I'm saying though is that like,
hey, you know what? You can't even say you are married and got a beautiful baby and stuff like that. So you're good. Why? No.
I know, but I'm just talking about. Oh yeah, but dude, I had to like, I don't know.
You could bring up something for marriage, like if your marriage is good.
Yeah, I got a very, very happy marriage. Yeah, of course.
Good.
But it's not like it came without it. It's like storyline. It's like I got previously divorced, for example. I got divorced from someone who was like a very woke feminist. The reason why we got divorced essentially was because of that. And
She dumped
I'm not gonna much at. Sorry.
She said she dumped you. No,
Dogs
I'm
me.
I ended up with John Kitover, so just be careful on the snatch. She might send me some exclusive clips. I might put them on the outside.
Oh, no.
All right, thanks, John.
No, I mean, I had to end that relationship. It was like too crazy for me. There's a lot of unhealthy people out there. I was trying my best to help out and make sure that
No, it's always
that relationship.
man. That's the point.
Yeah, of course. I tried dating now in my 30s, and that was one of the fucking most insane things I've ever seen in my life.
I'm telling you.
Love has to finally find love and have a family. I just love this.
No,
success.
he needs to stay with her. He needs to make that, build that baby up and stuff like that.
I mean, funny enough, I did. I met my wife on Clubhouse. That's the craziest part.
That's the craziest part.
And she's a catch, man. She's a beautiful artist. Her work is beautiful. I saw her work.
It's the best thing that ever happened to me. And he's still here on Clubhouse talking.
And I want you to be the first one in like, dude, that break that clubhouse bullshit and everything. So stick with her.
I'm rocking it, man. I'm living my best
Stick with her, dude, because I got 3 daughters by 3
I know you can go on, and
I can't really tell you about.
In the chat, I'd love it if everybody could watch it. It's a No Gangs protest here in Chicago. You can see all the bullshit
John, what are you talking about?
propaganda that they spew out. Protect trans
Joe, we gotta get it out of the system right now.
Okay.
We are married.
Okay.
So, he's gonna make his content right now, y'all.
So it wasn't for lack of trying. You did try, honey.
Iwan, do your thing, man, and I hope you get blessed, dude. Keep doing your thing. Like
No, man. Well, I have to say for everyone, like, I don't say meet your loved one.
I want you to
hold yourselves accountable. Just over on this app regularly.
Please do
You might want to maybe read from the AA book. I've read it. It's very good. I would encourage you all to get a copy of it and maybe come on this app and read a book called the AA book. It's a 10-step help book. Maybe if you were more sober instead of just getting drunk on here talking all the time, things in your life would even get better. I don't know. It's just a thought, an idea, a suggestion.
What is he talking
Is that for
about?
me?
I don't know if you read it, but it's a 12-step, not a 10-step.
Yeah, is that towards me or Bruce? I just want to know for the record. I'm just saying that you and Bruce love to read texts that you come on here, talk up a storm, and have a good old time. If you were to read the AA handbook on here and maybe actually read something, you could maybe sober up a little bit more instead of being here drunk all the time, all the time about nothing.
Sri, that better not be your husband.
Guys, guys,
This is the man that's allegedly running for Congress.
Oh,
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, I mean, first off, I'm at my work.
It's your
So I
brother.
can't really be drinking, but
It's your brother.
secondly, John Kitover, I don't think that you're actually going to win for Congress if you have posted video of you doing like, yoga and fisting fucking
You win.
pants.
The goal isn't to win, the goal is to get on the ballot.
Sri, that's not your husband.
One step at a time.
That's an excellent point, and I thought that the goal is to get on the ballot. I'm curious, how many signatures has he got so far?
The goal is to get on the ballot.
Right. How many signatures has he got so far?
Dude, he's not gonna get
I don't know.
any signatures in this motherfucker.
Today, we were out at the Rockford Parade, we're out at the Peoria Bloomington Parade. Everything is going great, and we anticipate that we're going to be at 1,500 signatures by October 27th. Thanks for asking.
How many do you have right now? How many do you have right now? I'm sorry, how many?
I think he said it.
120. And again, because this is important, none of them are currently verified. You got to wait till you submit them all, right? I think so.
Well, we took selfies with everybody who signed up, and we took a photo of their driver's license.
Yeah.
So, I think that's fucking weird. I'm fucking freaking out.
And
Well, the reason is because they are gonna validate the
approximately
signatures.
3,500 verified signatures, right?
No, he only needs
How many?
680, I think, 670, something like that.
Serendipity, I don't think that's accurate, but I could be wrong.
No, that is accurate. See,
see. Yeah, he told us he needs 680.
I'm not fucking with her. I'm just asking a question.
His goal was to get at least twice of that because of the verification process, because it is very strict.
My understanding, and Kitover can correct me because I don't live in Chicago or whatever, that he needs a percentage of the registered voters, and that percentage equates to approximately 3,500 signatures, not 600. But he would know better.
No, it depends on the district. It depends on the district.
And his district, what did he say, District 16?
Listen, I'm out of funds right now getting petition signatures, so everybody go to johnforcongress.com, donate right now to the campaign, and troll everybody on Clubhouse who thinks we're not going to make it to the ballot. Because you know what? They're just a bunch of haters and a bunch of negative people who want to waste all your time talking about nothing all the time on a social audio chat about nothing.
There you go.
I mean, Johnny, you talk to me about nothing all the time, so... Listen, tell me how many times you're going to move again. Tell me how many times about the rape gangs. I mean, go ahead. Do it for the next 3 years. You know, enjoy yourself. I don't know what to tell you. You ain't going anywhere. It's repeating yourself over and over and over and over.
And again, that's
actually generally
for Congress.
Yeah. So actually, generally, do you when I went to the country? That's what I did with Canada. I moved to the UK. And I'm planning on moving to your country, John. Couldn't get any more boring, Uncle Steve. Your show has fizzled out. In my opinion, it's over. It's done. If I even hear it, I immediately turn it off. There's no reason to record it. It's the most boring show I've ever heard.
Well, fair enough.
Very congressional of you, John.
And he records every single show. He rebroadcasts them on YouTube. I don't think he would do that if it was so boring, but whatever. Again, this is someone who's running for Congress.
Just FYI, just to fact check myself and yourself, Steve, I did Google the number of signatures required to be on the ballot for the 16th district of the state of Illinois, and a minimum requirement of 0.5% of the qualified primary electors is required, which typically translates to anywhere from 500 to 1,000 signatures, depending on the voter turnout.
Thank you, Serendipity. I stand corrected. Thank you.
Yep.
I kind of hope that he wins so that Donald Trump can open more mental health asylums.
Yeah, his goal is not to win, it's just to get on the ballot.
Correct. The goal is to get on the ballot. Would you guys like to know why? Because I'm certain that if he gets on the ballot, he's going to get press coverage, and he's going to do John Kitover on the press coverage. And I think the point is really just to shake things up and beat John Kitover.
I don't think so. I think he's going to play it straight, and okay, fair enough. I think he's going to play it straight and professional.
Do you? Yeah. I think he will be I think he will be as professional as he's capable of being, but I think he will still very much be John Kitover.
I actually gotta hope he wins. I hope he wins, John Kitover.
I mean, he's up against a guy that's got like a multi-million-dollar war chest. So I don't think the goal's ever been to actually win. I think that would have just been like icing on the cake. I just think he wanted to prove to himself that he could get on the ballot. And kudos for him. I guess if that's what Fletch meant.
However, if he was serious, he would be like Edward Durr. And for those of you that don't know who Edward Durr was, he had no political experience whatsoever. He had a war chest of less than $2,000. He ran for the state senate of New Jersey a couple of years ago, and he unseated the president of the New Jersey State Senate, a truck driver with no political experience, unseated the president of the Senate with 20 years of experience. If you're serious and you pick the right election and you pick the right time, anybody can be elected. And again, that's Edward Durr. You know what? I'll post it in the group chat. Fuck it.
Yeah, go ahead. And y'all, anybody can come off mute to come up on stage too. Hey, Adrian, how are you? Well, just a lot of nonsense. situation like that for Kitover would like just be the icing on the cake. I don't think he ever had any grand illusions that he would win against Hood. So I think it's just more about visibility for him.
Wait, the guy's name is Hood?
The guy's
In
name is
Chicago?
LaHood. Andrew LaHood, I think. Is his name?
Jesus Christ.
That's what he's running against. Yeah. What? You what's his name? So ridiculous. BB! Yelling at BB's BBR. BB offered the selection for today, nothing else. He is thereby crowned king. Much applause, much applause. But I don't know, he said it, and I was like, and then I was like, wait, why do I like that?
Can anyone tell me what is the purpose of No King's protest?
No King's protest? You know, I think the inference that Donald Trump was being authoritarian was kind of what they thought it was about.
It's an echo chamber that Donald Trump sucks.
But when I look at where they was having these things, they were happening in different countries around the world. One
Yes.
of the most interesting countries was England, where they
With
literally
the
have a
king?
king.
Where they have a king? Yes, I know.
So what was the point of their protest of having no kings in a country where they literally have a king? So it's really about Donald Trump.
The point is in England that Donald Trump sucks.
It
No,
doesn't
yeah.
even make sense. Like, you're in England, you're having a no king's protest. You literally have a king there, but you're talking about Donald Trump.
Well, that's because the king in Europe really has no power whatsoever. It's all about the prime minister, except for the fact that the king has some land and the king is supported by the taxes. The king has no political power whatsoever.
Yeah, but still, they are there to say no kings, which is the inference of Donald Trump.
I haven't seen anything about No King's protest in the UK. Can you send me anything?
Yeah, it's on their website.
Which website?
No kings.
Oh, the No King's
No King's
website?
website.
How many people went to that?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Well, I mean, like, we literally have people that are, like, rioting and protesting in this country every day now in 40 towns and cities. Like, the country's falling apart. So I think a No King's protest is going to be pretty minor compared to the actual protest going on here. So, yeah, I would not have heard about it for sure. Nobody.
I just don't know what the point is, because if they can garner all these people to come out into the streets for these no kings protests, then where the fuck were they at on election day?
Well, I mean, technically, if they were, like, arguing for No Kings and they wanted Charles to step down, then they would be arguing on the people that also are, like, you know, arguing against mass migration and stuff like that. Because Charles is
Yeah.
pro mass migration.
Yeah, so the people here in America, all of those people that came out, where the fuck were they at on election day? Why couldn't they mobilize on election day?
Well, they did, but 10% more voted for Trump than for Kamala Harris.
So there's no point to this. Back to my original.
No, that's not true. The word got out. The whole point is for the word to get out. You had 75 million people that agreed. They lost, but the point was made.
What was the point?
I told you.
Kamala Harris.
Donald Trump sucks. That's the point.
But we've been hearing that for the last 10 years.
So what's your point? I don't understand, with all due respect. What's your point?
Steve, wait. Why do you? Okay, so I don't think that Donald Trump is, the savior of America or anything.
I never said he was.
No, I'm not. No,
Okay,
but
okay.
I feel like you fucking hate that guy, right?
No,
Wait.
wait. Donald Trump or the speaker on stage?
No, you just said. Like what you were just saying.
I didn't say I hated anybody.
Okay.
He asked what was the point of No Kings. I said Donald Trump sucks.
Right. And my point is, we've been hearing that for the last 10 years. So what is the point of saying it again?
To continue to emphasize and remind people that Donald Trump sucks.
And it's pointless because 75 million people said he doesn't. So what is the point of keep saying something if it has no bearing on anything?
Maybe because the people that support No Kings don't think it's pointless. Maybe it's because they want to continue to remind people.
Or maybe they just want virtue signal.
I'm sorry, maybe they just want to what?
Virtue signal.
Virtue signal?
I mean, to be fair, that does happen a lot.
I don't know what virtual signal is.
Not virtual signal. Not virtual. Virtue? You know the word virtue?
I do know what the word virtue means, yes.
And then signaling. So
I know
it's
what
like
the word
you are
signaling means.
holier than thou because you say that a certain person is a bad person. Virtue signaling is.
God, thank you. I just learned something new. Thank God I'm in the muff. R.I.P.
I mean, it is a dead mom. You're in a dead mom
like
right
that.
now.
I said that really well, didn't I, Serendipity?
Poor Bruce.
Serendipity, you don't have to say anything. Just by your chuckle, I know it. Okay, you gotta say that.
R.I.P. in the muff.
So again,
What do you think about JD Vance, Steve?
He's the vice president of the United States. What do you think about him?
That's not what you think about him. That's what he is. What do you think about him?
I just told you he's the vice president of the United
I'm
States.
saying
What do you think
he
about him?
is. No, that's not what. That is what he does. What do you think about him?
I think he's got some good. I think he's got some good qualities and some bad qualities. I also think that if the Republicans decide to run him in 3.5 years, he's going to lose. Does that satisfy your question or no?
No, it's fair. Who do you think he's going to lose to?
He's going to lose to Gavin Newsom.
I don't think that will ever happen.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Why?
I'm sorry. I'm backing up. That Democrats
I don't want to laugh.
foolish to put Gavin Newsom on the ticket. That was
Well, he
just
sure
wrong.
as hell ain't going to lose to
I don't-
AOC.
I don't think that we have a great shot, but we would have a much better shot if they make Gavin Newsom the ticket.
Gavin Newsom has just like
Who's a better Democratic candidate than Gavin Newsom?
I mean, he's a terrible Democratic candidate. That guy's like fucked up.
That doesn't answer
so
the
many
question.
times.
Who's a better Democratic candidate?
I would even say that AOC would probably be a better Democratic candidate.
Amazing. That's great.
It's fine.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. That's fine.
I'm not even joking. I think that she
I
would
know you're not
probably
joking. That's why I
do
said
a
that's
better
fine.
job as president than Gavin Newsom.
answer. You want to know what I think of AOC? Let's find out. Is she in her second term of Congress? Is that correct? Yes.
I think it's her third term.
Okay, fair enough. Her third term. Before getting into Congress, she had no political experience whatsoever. Is that also correct? Or am I mistaken?
Yeah, keep going.
All right, fair enough. I'll keep going. Prior to Congress, she was a bartender. She just turned 36 or 35, so now she's eligible to run. She's part of what's considered the squad. She is part of the far left liberal socialist faction of the Democratic Party. She has raised the second most amount of money in Congress, next to, I want to say, Johnson, who of course is Republican. AOC has, I think, on the Democratic side. Oh, I'm sorry, not Johnson. I meant what's his name? The speaker. She's raised the second most amount of money. She is from the East Coast, from New York, but there is no way that she will ever be elected because she's way too far left. If you traditionally, and you can go back 50 years, if you look at the people that are nominated for their party, Republican or Democrat, and that win, they all are more towards the center than the far left and the far right. If you look at what Gavin Newsom has been doing recently, he's been acting very presidential. In fact, look at what he did regarding Texas in response to what Texas did to the 5 extra Republican seats. He's basically scheduled a special election in California to take place this November with the intent of adding 5 extra Democratic seats. Oh, there's no question in my mind, and I've been saying this since last year, since before the election, Gavin Newsom will be the Democratic nominee for president in 2028. No question about it.
Okay, can I calmly answer quickly?
I'll stay on mute. Go ahead.
I was gonna answer. No, wait. Let me just. I want you to answer too. Please answer it after me. I'll just be very quick.
Well, in that case, I'm coming off mute, baby.
No, this is really great. No, we can get into all the yelling matches. Don't worry. Okay, so Gavin Newsom claimed that California came up with, what was it, $97 billion economic surplus. And very quickly, anybody that dug into it, turns out that he actually created $127 billion deficit for California. So he's not making California better. He's actually creating more of a deficit. And he lied about it. So there's that. I know that, the general public, they don't care about that, whatever. But this guy has a history of lying, and he's lied so much. And any Republican candidate is going to call him out on his lies. And this is the thing, is that the whole idea of change that Obama wanted to create back in 2008 backfired on the Democrats, because what the change ended up being was Donald Trump. And I think that Donald Trump is a beta program, okay? He's not the final program. He's not going to be the program that fixes the issues in the system. He's a program that people are figuring out how to do it with, okay? You know anything about like programming and video games and websites and how to build this stuff? There's a beta version, and then there's like the main version that comes out. I think that Trump is literally the beta version, rough around the edges, and I think that they're refining it to literally get rid of this entire. Gavin Newsom is like the exact opposite of this. He is exactly the deep state. He is exactly the worst person to run in that state. The reason why I say AOC is actually a good person to run for the Democrats is because she wants change in the country, and that's what people want. So like I don't really understand this idea of throwing in like basically a Californian surfer guy version of Obama, because that's like completely failed entirely.
Well, all you have to do is look at history. Look at the last Democrats who won for presidency of the United States. You will find out that they were not far left. They were Democrats that were moderates and or centered. I can't think of the last Democrat who was as far left as AOC. Oh, wait a minute, no, I can, that's right. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I thought you were finished. I'm so sorry.
No, sorry, but it's because they won't let those Democrats in.
And why do you think that is?
The reason being is because they want that centrist position.
And why do you think that is?
To basically, like, I would say, feed their lobbyists, all the people that are paying.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I would say it's because they know that unless the Democrat has the centrist position, they don't have a chance of hell in winning. And by the way, AOC is so far left of Kamala Harris, it's insane. Now, by the way, Kamala Harris just announced recently that she's not running for the governor of California, which is going to be up in the midterms. And you have to ask yourself why. Well, at least now her and her team plan to run for presidency again. So realistically, you're probably looking at the Democratic National Convention being AOC, Kamala Harris, and Gavin Newsom. AOC doesn't have a chance for president, but she does have a chance, a strong chance, to make it to senator. I don't know about governor, but probably senator, because she's raised so much money. She doesn't have a chance at the Democratic nominee for presidency of the United States because she's way too far left.
Okay, no, I agree with you on how far left she is.
I love it that you agree with me. Let me give you a sitting ovation.
She's too far left.
But Steve, did you listen to, for example, the National Committee when they started to elect new councilors, or like people that were going to run in certain like counties and stuff?
No, I don't even know what you're talking about.
It was the wokest.
I listened to every word you just said, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
God, does anybody remember like the video after Trump
That's all it was. She was not qualified for a fucking thing. No one liked her. She was highly unpopular.
There's a fucking interview.
Hold on. People can't peek it up for a second. She was highly unliked. And to pick a person as your VP who called your ass a fucking segregationist on any station was interviewing and called your ass a sexual predator? Whoa, that can't be good. This is why Jill Biden hated her. Because she called out her husband, right? But hey, I have to virtue signal. I have to play identity politics. Let me pick a black woman. Joe Biden has said he was going to pick black women for key positions. If you elect me, I will send one to the Supreme Court. He did that. If you elect me, I will put a black woman as a vice president. He did that. It was all identity politics. Now, here's where the real conundrum falls into. He could not make it across the goddamn finish line in his first 4 terms. I mean, his first 4 years. That debate, that dreadful, that awful debate that will go down in fucking history, in political history, he melted in real fucking time. Oh shit. At the fucking, the spin room, I don't know if you guys watched the spin room after the debate, but on MSNBC, one of the correspondents said, hey, I've been talking with top Democrat leadership, and they are having conversations about suggesting holding an open primary. No, an open convention. I'm sorry. An open convention to look for a quality candidate. They didn't mention shit about Kamala Harris. But they have a problem. Identity politics. If you look at the people who was trying to get into the field, it was Gavin Newsom, Kathy Hochul, Gretchen Whitmer, and John Shapiro, which was the top 3 Democrats people had in mind. But they couldn't do that. Why? Because they had a race issue. Imagine how that would have looked if they had an open convention and picked a white candidate over who was supposed to be the heir apparent, a black woman as a VP. They would have lost a lot of people on that move alone. So they couldn't do it. Holy shit. Let's just nominate her ass, which nobody voted for her, by the way. She became the fucking candidate with no vote. Threat to democracy? It seems like you didn't give your goddamn own people a choice to vote for their own fucking candidate. You just forced her in that position. And after being up over $1 billion fucking dollars, you still wind up 20 million in a fucking hole. You ran a bad campaign, Kamala. So now, guess what? Those 4 years of Joe Biden, they wasted another 4 years on grooming a quality candidate. So that's 16 years that the Democrats sat on their fucking ass and didn't groom a quality candidate for the likes of a Donald Trump. Well, back up. Had they not shoot in Joe Biden, guess what? The Democrats would not have to deal with Donald Trump now because he would have served 8 years and would have been off into the fucking sunset by now. There would not have been a fucking Donald Trump candidacy in 2024 had they just let him win in 2020 and not stole this shit. We all know that shit was fucking stolen. So if they had let him run in the 8 years, they would not have to contend with a goddamn Donald Trump right now. And we would not be having this conversation of who is a good candidate for the Democrats to run in 2028 against J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance wouldn't even be a thing right now. So the Democrats did this shit to themselves. They have nobody in the fucking field. They don't have a bench. They never had a bench. And it's going to be 20 years that the Democrats do not have a fucking person, a qualified person on their bench to run for president. They did this shit to themselves with their identity politics, with their goddamn obsession with Donald Trump, and this racist, hate Donald Trump mantra bullshit, which, guess what, y'all? Everybody who ran against Donald Trump had one thing in common. Hate him, hate him, hate him. Don't look at my politics. I don't have any politics. Just hate Donald Trump. The Democrats did this shit. And Gavin Newsom do not have a chance of winning in 2028. He is a horrible candidate.
No, yeah,
AOC.
I agree. Gavin Newsom and AOC are both far too radical to be a successful candidate. Y'all need to look
get sort of the point that I was making now is that I agree with you on everything you just said. I thought that everything that you said was fucking gold. I'm listening to you. What I think though is that I don't agree with the decision, but I actually think that they're gonna like end up pushing AOC. It's gonna be Gavin Newsom versus AOC. I think
I don't know.
AOC is gonna win.
Polls seem to place Josh Shapiro as a pretty strong contender, even over Gavin Newsom right now, and I think he's the smarter route for the Democrats to go.
Josh Shapiro doesn't have a chance because he's Jewish. Also, I agree with everything the gentleman said, except that Kamala Harris is not qualified. She's clearly qualified. She was Attorney General of San Francisco. She was District Attorney of San Francisco. She was Senator for California. She was Vice President, 20 plus years in governmental office. Clearly qualified. However, and I want to say this, and I'll take 60 more seconds, and then I will be quiet. Her acceptance speech at the Democratic National Primary, accepting it, was amazing. The first debate with Donald Trump, she was amazing. She laid out landmines. Donald Trump stepped into them, blew him up. And from the first debate, she went downhill. Why do you think Donald Trump refused to debate her again? He was destroyed. The problem with Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party, since the Trump debate, she emphasized far-left Democratic issues rather than emphasizing the moderate middle Democratic issues. She didn't need to attract the socialists or the people on the far left. She already had them in pocket. She needed to attract some of the Republicans that were not happy with Donald Trump and the moderate Democrats who were thinking of voting for Donald Trump. Instead, she emphasized the far left, and that's why she lost, in my humble opinion.
Okay, hang on, Adrian. Hang on, please. Hang on. Thank you. So, Steve, if I heard correctly, and I think you and also you both said you agree with everything that Adrian said, except you both pointed out what you didn't agree with. But if I heard correctly, Adrian was in his laundry list of stuff that he laid out said, I believe the quote was, "We all know that shit was stolen," meaning the 2020 election. You agree with that, Steve?
No, I don't agree the election was stolen. No.
Okay. Ewan, you agree the election was stolen?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Good. Thanks, Adrian.
Okay.
Good.
I'm glad that you said you brought up Josh Shapiro, right? Well, first let me say something to what you just said about Kamala Harris.
I brought up he was stupid and therefore he can't win. Yes.
Yeah, right. And you said something else about Kamala, how she was qualified and stuff.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. In that debate, did she come out on top? Yeah, some will say that she came out on top. Was Donald Trump running from a second debate with her? No. Actually, he challenged her to a debate. He actually challenged her to a debate on a platform of his choosing. She was the one that was dodging him because she felt so confident after that first debate. She went out taunting him, right? Saying Donald Trump was scared. But Donald Trump was like, "I'm not scared. Matter of fact, let's have another debate. Let's have it at Fox News. With Fox News moderators. Because the first debate was with who? ABC moderators, right? Right. Okay, cool. Donald Trump said, "Hey, let's do it over here in my arena." She didn't want to do it, so she ducked it. Right? Wait, hold on. So instead of wasting a Josh Shapiro on a failing ticket like Kamala, they kept him off of that. So he wouldn't be associated. But when he did run, he's not associated with a losing ticket like Kamala Harris. This is why Josh Shapiro was not picked. And plus, he has his own issue in Pennsylvania with a murder or something that he probably helped cover it up. So, yeah, he needs to deal with that shit first before he even have any aspirations of running for president. And I laugh.
Her name is Ellen Greenberg.
Yep.
There's a documentary about to come out pretty soon, disclosing a lot of what he covered up. And yeah, he's lost a lot of support in Pennsylvania by his donors and his community for a number of things. I don't know what his approval rating is now. It used to be extremely high. I just don't think it is anymore. But he has a very good opponent running against him, Stacey Garrity, and I think she has a chance of winning.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what do you guys think about Tulsi Gabbard? Do you guys think that she has a chance of winning a conservative presidency?
No.
She decided.
No.
She needs to stay in the position that she's in.
Do you want to know the people that are on the bench on the Republican side? I just give it around. I can tell you some of them. Glenn Youngkin. Everyone has an opinion.
You don't think DeSantis is number one next to Van or on top of him?
Do not.
Yeah, Glenn Youngkin did it for years.
Glenn Youngkin almost became the VP. It came down to him and Vance. And Glenn Youngkin has a big, wide support, and appeals to both sides. So I'd look at him. Tom Cotton is another one. But Youngkin much more so. And I think Rubio right now.
Honestly, I don't know of anybody that I would vote for. I sure don't want Trump.
What's wrong with Rubio? He's brilliant. He's completely qualified and absolutely brilliant.
And everybody in government likes him, I think, in government, right? I mean,
Right? He got approved, what was it, 99 votes?
99 out of 100 votes, and that one extra vote was an abstention. They didn't vote. He didn't get a single no vote.
Right, because Steve, wasn't he in, what was it called, the Gang of Six? I can't remember what it was called. The Gang
I don't
of
remember.
The group of bipartisan that wanted to put in immigration legislation. He was pushing for it.
I love Rubio. I really
Sure,
do.
it wasn't a Gang of Eight or something like that.
I think so. I feel like Gang of Eight might have been it. Someone can Google. It was a while back, and there was a bipartisan senators.
By the way, something Rubio and Vance have in common, they both grew up poor. Dead poor, both of them.
Rubio's mother was a chambermaid here in Vegas. He grew up for a period of his life here.
Now, you know what's funny about that? Is that at the DNC, I don't know if people watch the DNC, but I watched all 4 days of the DNC, and they were just hypocritical down motherfuckers. And they did not know how to read a room. 3 points that they did that really, like self-owned. One, they talked about J.D. Vance's education at Yale, Ivy League, whatever. I'm sorry, but how can you brag on a guy for having an Ivy League education? I mean, half of the Democrat Party has an Ivy League education. Some of y'all went to Yale as well. How can you brag on him about the same school that you went to? All right, move on to Bernie Sanders. You need to get the billionaires out of politics. You can open the unspent money and dump money out of politics. Right? Talking about billionaires. But as soon as he got done speaking, who came on stage? Billionaire Governor J.B. Pritzker.
Ironic. And don't forget what the Democratic National Convention did to him when he was running against Clinton. They gave Clinton all the answers to the questions in advance.
Right. Donald Brazil. Right? So, and another thing, talked about Donald Trump being a sexual predator, the sexual deviant, and all of that shit. Right after saying that, who did they bring out on stage?
Clinton.
Bill fucking Clinton. Like, what are we? Are they not that self-aware, or
much more of a gentleman.
He's a team Obama that don't want to take the mantle. He wanted to be given to him with little effort. He needs to show that hey, he can take the goddamn helm, and he's not showing that because if you look at the Democrat Party and what it consists of, it is a bunch of angry women and effeminate men. Name one masculine man in the Democrat Party. I'll wait.
Gavin Newsom? No. No. Okay, all right.
Define masculine.
Doesn't use hairspray.
Trump. Boy, Trump is definitely out of the band for highlighter the entire campaign.
What do you think of the governor of Michigan?
Love her.
We're not ready for one?
Love her.
Yeah, I knew you would, Dr. Jordan.
Sorry, I haven't heard much about her.
Well, actually, she gets along with Trump. She's pretty cordial, and she sees beyond.
Polls, you know, like that, forget what the name of that site is that we went on the elections. I wonder if we could go in on futures now. On presidential candidates.
Oh, I live in Michigan, in Whitehurst. She's awful. Like, if you saw what she did during the pandemic, she put sick people in nursing homes. So essentially, you're voting and supporting someone who believes innocent people should die. Same thing with Nuisance, Gavin Nuisance, Bill Murphy, and Andy Cuomo. Like, I think that those people should just be removed from society.
Oh yeah, Cuomo put the old age people back in the nursing homes and then lied about the numbers. Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because I mean maybe you guys will disagree with me, but the way he handled those daily press conferences up until that biggest scandal was pretty impressive. I mean, maybe you guys don't think much of it, but I thought it showed a sense of discipline and a determination in a time of chaos and despair.
Well, you know, too, during the pandemic, Greenwich Whitmer closed up like half the state, and she said like we couldn't go out on lakes and put our boats, but she opened up the other half where her boat was, and it was in a marina getting fixed or getting ready for the summer, and they were so backed up because she said that they couldn't work or whatever, and her husband called the marina and said,
Oh yeah, my wife's the governor.
Yep. And then another thing, she said that we couldn't have more than 6 people sitting at a table, but then she had 8. She said we could go to the store, but we could only buy essential items. So you couldn't buy seeds and paint at Home Depot, but you could buy a gun, you could buy bullets, you could get an abortion, you could buy tobacco, you could buy pot, and you could buy alcohol. But you couldn't buy seeds and paint at Home Depot.
It was crazy. It made no sense. It was so frustrating.
Agreed.
Gavin Newsom followed the same line, said you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. Alcohol and pot was okay, but you couldn't get your nails or your hair done, and you couldn't eat at indoor restaurants. And then he's busted with 11 other people from the California Medical Association sitting shoulder to shoulder indoors at a restaurant with that. None of them had masks, and then he lied about it, saying they were outdoors. Same thing.
So why would people want to vote for him for president then?
Because all politicians lie.
Adrian, that was slavery. People are programmed sheep. They don't know how to think for themselves. And the fact that Whitmer won was the fact that these people, they never signed the front of a check for a living. They've never owned businesses. They just either sucked off the public's tit or just were a parasite in society. So, simply flouted the Supreme Court of the state and just acted as an authoritarian anyway?
Really quick, I just want to interject here, and then the conversation can continue. I've tried really hard to, Steve, I'm going to moderate you too. I've tried really hard to kind of level the moderation deck equally so that hopefully we can continue to just have productive conversation. We've got some liberal representation and we've got some conservative representation, I feel like. So the only thing that I ask is y'all don't remove people from the room, just gulag them if necessary.
You don't have a black moderator.
You have a libertarian moderator.
I don't know what you're talking about, bud. I'm right here.
I'll vote for Adrian. I don't agree with him on everything, but he presents a hard case if you want to mod him.
All right, Adrian. I'm going to let you represent Adrian, okay? But don't abuse my privilege. Like, I would like to have as much conversation as possible. So, I don't want anybody, like, monologuing for too terribly long.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I apologize for that long.
The thing of it is, I agree with you, Adrian. I totally agree with you. I would really, like, listening to you guys kind of discuss, like, what's right for the Democratic Party is very fascinating to me. So I'd really like to hear, and I mean, I'd like to hear how you guys respond to the pushback about, maybe what some more moderate thinking people feel. So, yeah, carry on.
I just wonder, are they going to get, like, in the Democrat Party, who's like a moderate left in the Democratic Party? Because it just seems like far left.
Well, that's what Gavin Newsom was attempting to do.
Well, he's not moderate now.
With Charlie Kirk. Like if you look at the Democrat Party, they avoided having conversations with people on the right for a long time. They didn't go on their platform. They didn't even like to engage in them in debate, right? And Gavin Newsom, after the election, you started seeing him sitting down with people like Charlie Kirk, right? Which would have been unheard of 3, 4, 5 years ago, right? So he was signaling that he could be moderate, he could be a centrist and try to move from the far left to the center. I don't think it's working though.
Well, Gavin Newsom, when he wasn't even running for president, entered a debate with Ron DeSantis, who was running for president. I don't remember the last time ever. Abby, has any non-presidential candidate debated a presidential candidate? I don't think that's ever happened before.
I don't think it has either.
Sorry, what'd you ask me? So I was talking.
As regarding the Gavin Newsom Ron DeSantis debate, has a non-presidential candidate ever debated a presidential candidate in the history of the United States?
Not to my knowledge.
Thank you.
Just a side note, Uncle Steve, did you get a lottery ticket today? I bought my first lottery ticket.
No, I don't play the lottery, no.
I never have. I just had
Over a billion.
Is it a billion?
You gotta be in to win it, Stu.
You know, it's illegal here in my state. It's illegal to have lotteries, so I have to like drive to California to get a ticket.
I play poker. I'll play poker anytime, but I don't play the lottery.
I know you're crime, Abby, if you were caught crossing state lines with a lottery ticket.
No, I don't think so. You should see how many people line up at Prim. Do you know where Prim is? It's on the border, and there's like one.
What state are you in?
Nevada. It's illegal to have a lottery because of the casinos. So there's like a 7-Eleven or something there that is mobbed with lines, for like very, very long lines when there's a big lottery. People wait for hours.
I literally got in line to get a ticket. I've never done it before. I had to say to the woman, "How does this work?" And she says, "You go online, you go to Cal Lottery, which is an app, and you scan it." And I did, and I'm waiting
this. Apparently, the last guy who won the huge mega, I don't know, I think he took home 400-500 million. I think he bought it in Southern California, maybe, and he was about to go up to the counter and purchase, except this woman thought she was next, and as a gentleman, he allowed her to go. She goes, buys her ticket, he buys the very next one.
Wow. That's like kid karma, right? That's really amazing. I know someone who's won. Do you know what megabucks is? Yep. So I know someone that won megabucks twice here. Oh wow. Yeah.
What was the value of that win?
One was like 5 or 6 million, and the other was a little over $1 million. Of the two.
So one news story covering the lottery today said, it's one of the biggest misnomers, or they were trying to debunk myths, was that people who win the lottery often lose all their money and, do scandalous things, blah, 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 and that was totally debunked. They're like, they're living the dream.
I mean, yeah, there is a myth that all of them do, but there are a good handful. There's documentaries about it of these people who, they're not winning 500 million, but they blow. You'd be surprised how easily you can blow 10-20 million.
Oh, sure, no doubt. Yeah. I just thought it was funny that they covered the story this way.
It's just not the majority, and that's the popular myth.
I mean, it's got to be a little awkward, right? Like, your close friends, your family knows, and you're like, forget going to the bar, be like, hey, Moose, you got this one, right? It's like, we're going to every vacation, like, you got this, right?
Well,
You won $400 million.
There was a man who was a billionaire from selling a company, and he's the biggest loser of all time in Las Vegas, and he lost $204 million cumulatively over about 2 years, I believe.
2 years?
And the casinos, $204 million. The casinos were sort of enabling him because he was obviously a gambling addict and a raging alcoholic, and they would give him anything he wanted. And anyway, the latest news about him was he was sick and he needed some operation, and he had absolutely no money left, and he started a GoFundMe for himself. He can't even, pay for medical expenses now. It's nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened.
He blew $200 million in 2 years from gambling, Durson, is that right?
200 million.
Yeah.
$100 million a year.
And people have to pay a tax on it.
Yeah, it was like 1 year.
No tax.
1 year he was 2% of Caesar's entire revenue. Just now.
What's his name?
It's Ken something. I forget his last name.
Yeah, I'll show you people being extorted.
If you
There's famous lawsuits. Do you know?
Yeah, he did sue, and I think they settled out of court. But they if you type in the $204 million loser in Las Vegas, you'll for sure find him. He was personally kicked out of Wynn by Steve Wynn himself because he said he was a gambling addict.
That had to be a very long time ago because Steve's been out of the property for quite some time. So this is an older story. It's not recent then.
I don't think it's more than 10 years old. But the recent part was that he had a GoFundMe, so that part is recent. And that's sort of what brought his name back into the headlines. And then after he was kicked out of the Wynn, he Caesars took him out and gave him anything he needed.
Terrence Wannabe?
No, that doesn't sound right.
Well, I won about $4,000 a few years ago, and when I did my taxes, they said, okay, you had a winning of this amount of money, and I said yes, and she put it on there, but it helped my taxes, but it doesn't help on poor, but I think
It goes into, they just changed the law, but it goes into your AGI, but you
I was going to say, Abby, prior to the big beautiful bill, prior to the big beautiful bill, gamblers or professional gamblers could write off losses up to the amount of their winnings, right? And I don't know if there was a limit, right, Abby?
No, there's no limit. There's no limit. You don't have to be a professional gambler. You just have to play with the card, and you have your win-loss statements that you get from any property. And it's a $1,200 jackpot rate point where you get a W-2G, so you have to report those jackpots. So those jackpots add into your adjusted gross. So you'll lose deductions because someone who has earnings that maybe gets a certain amount of deductions, once you add in all the gambling winnings, it takes you up to a much higher AGI. I mean, there's Nick's on the stage. Why am I telling you this? He's an accountant. But you write off the losses against it, so you're not paying the tax. You just lose stuff because it shows you as a higher income number. But it's changed now with that bill. Although Nick, I just heard, I don't know if you know this, that the 1,200 was supposed to be taken up to like 5,800 based on today's numbers. It's only gone up to 2,000 on jackpots.
Right, and that's in the bill, right? The 2,000. I want to bring that up, Abby. Bringing the jackpot threshold of reporting to 2,000 is in the bill. We're trying to. Is that starting 26? Is that for real?
26, yeah, but everyone's talking about it here. And one of our members of Congress, first our senator introduced a bill by unanimous, so they needed 60 votes, they had 59. So then one of our members of Congress just introduced it, or I guess she is introducing it when they come back to session to make it 100% of the losses. So we'll see.
And Abby, if I could follow up regarding the tips not being taxed. Now, there was a cap on that, which we found out afterwards. Can you talk very quickly about the no tax on tips? Thanks.
Nick can do that.
Okay, Nick, please.
The first $25,000 is not taxable, but you'll still have to pay FICA, which is 7.65%. So yes, there is no federal tax on that. But again, it's just the first 25,000, but you're still gonna have to pay 7.65% withholding.
And it has no bearing on what salary you make. If you make, let's say, minimum wage, or if your salary is 50 grand, that the same thing that you just described applies. Yes.
Correct.
Thank you, Nick.
So a guy's name was Terrence Wannabe. I just looked that up. I never knew about this.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, I posted a link to a story about it in the chat also.
But you know, anyone who's from Philly will know who I'm talking about. One of the prior owners of the Eagles, very beloved owner, his name was Leonard Toews, and he was extremely wealthy. He had a trucking company, and he owned the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, in the days not when they were worth, billions, they were worth millions. And he had a horrible gambling problem, and went to Atlantic City all the time, and drank heavily. So he sued, trying to recover a lot, claiming that they applied him with alcohol, and he lost his judgment, but he did not win those cases.
Yeah, it's hard to prove that, Abby. It's just like saying like McDonald's made you fat. Well, I mean, they can't. They didn't force it on you.
There's a reason liquor is free in Vegas,
Right.
and it makes you stupid. Come on. It makes you a looser gambler and less inhibited. And it's freedom of choice, that's fine. I don't think it should be illegal, but that's why.
David, how do you feel about? Think about.
Abby, you dropped out. You just said think about, and then you dropped out, Abby.
Pot is totally legal here. We have all the dispensaries all over.
You gotta repeat the first part there.
Abby, you said how do you feel, and then there was about a 30-second gap, and then you said pot. Then you said pot.
Pot is totally legal here. How do you feel about if these dispensaries, if you end up giving out free pot in the casinos as well as booze?
I don't agree with that either. And I don't want to take away people's free will, but and it inhibits your thought process. I'm a gambler, you know that, Abby. I'm not against the gambling industry. I think people should be able to enjoy that if that's what they want to do. But I don't drink when I gamble, okay? And there's a reason. If other people want to, that's fine. But you can't tell me that people are making the same decisions when they're drinking as when they're not.
No, I agree. Can I take this moment to just do a public service announcement about something? There's a series, it just came, it's on Paramount, for those that can stream Paramount, called 11 Minutes. I'm going to put it in the chat. It's very, very hard to watch, but it's a story that needs not to get put under the carpet. It needs to be told, and everyone needs to see this. It's the story of the horrible mass shooting that we had here in Vegas, and it's over 800 people were wounded and shot, and 58 people died that day. And the footage, I live here and lived through it and never knew that they had the footage that they have, but they basically have footage of all of these rounds of shots as this guy was shooting at everyone.
Mirage Hotel, yes, Abby?
No,
Oh,
this was
okay.
in Mandalay Bay. He was shooting.
I'm sorry, Mandalay Bay, sorry.
And it's 4 episodes in this series, and it just came out. The first episode and a half is the actual shooting and watching people get shot. It's very hard, but it's also just surrealistic when you hear all the shooting. The second half of it is really about the resilience and the people that escaped it and then went back in to save others and got shot. And it's the stories of different people, some, the families that lost people, but also about these heroes, just these like off-duty cops that were there. And I get choked up talking about it. It is just pretty incredible. They only showed one of the hospitals they took everyone to, and there was, I knew that night. I had a friend that was at my house that's a surgeon. We saw him leave my house at a little after 10, and we didn't hear from him till 7 o'clock the next evening when he came up for air from the OR. And it's just stories of how the whole thing unfolded, and then the investigation afterwards.
Hey, Abby, does it
Pretty incredible.
Does it show him? Does it in the documentary? Do they have like lobby footage of him walking into the hotel with duffel bags of assault rifles?
The porters carried 15 cases of guns up to his room.
So I want to say one thing. I don't want to say his name, and the entire documentary, they make sure they never say his name. And it talks a lot at the end. It talks about gun control, but mostly about ARs. And the bump stock, obviously the law changed after the shooting. But, they try to highlight you see him, you see all the footage. They interview his brother, and, they show the police investigation of it. But through the 4 episodes, they never say the guy's name. I don't want to say it. No.
Yeah, and he was shooting into an open-air concert venue with thousands of people all scrunched together, right? Yes.
20,000 people.
20,000 people, open-air concert. Yeah.
Country music show, I think.
Jason Aldean was singing. They also show, you see Jason Aldean running into his bus and hiding down on the floor of his bus. You see all the bullet holes into Jason Aldean's bus. And, when they were able to finally rescue him, his bass player got shot at. But, it went into the guitar. There's just crazy. It's just an insane, horrendous event, and I can't tell you how important it is to see this series. But you're not going to believe all the footage that they have.
And what is it called again, Abby? What is it called?
11 minutes.
11 minutes. I'll put it.
Thank you, Abby. 11 minutes. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring everyone down.
But I forgot how many 58 people. I think that's the biggest mass shooting in history, right?
It is. It's the biggest mass shooting. In our country.
People, that's 58 families, boys, forever.
Well, not only
800 people, 800 people getting shot, losing an eye, of them.
show this one woman was a breast cancer survivor, and they shot up her face and her jaw, and was just hanging out off of her face, her jaw. And one of the things that happened is these people all met up with the people that saved their lives. So there was just like another woman at the concert that had, EMT training, and a whole bunch of them went over to the Tropicana Hotel. They went into the different hotels and the lobbies to try to like find a safe place, and just how some of them were saved. People carried other people out, and so then you see them finding the people that saved their lives. But there were so many people that have disabilities now as a result of it. And then MGM settled out. It was over 800 million that they paid out to the families and to the survivors. It's pretty incredible, but it just can't be forgotten. And when you see the amount of guns that this guy had, so our laws changed after that, in terms of what you can bring into a casino, and like no one was ever going to be going up with that many suitcases. But they check now. It changed. Also, there were no exits. People couldn't get out. There were fences everywhere. They were trying to make it hard for people to sneak in, so they built incredible fencing around this venue, and then people couldn't get out when the shooting happened. It was really bad.
I can't stay at the Mandalay Bay since that.
Yeah, well, that room is not a room anymore. No one could ever stay in that room. But did you know the story of that there was a nanny with an infant on that floor? It was the only room that this guy didn't. This guy was a high roller, and he rented out all these rooms. And the only room that he didn't get, there was a nanny there, and the baby's father was part of Jason Aldean's whole group.
He was well known, actually, as a gambler. And did he travel with someone, I'm doing this from memory, I'm sorry, who was an agent who visitors saw her berating her all the time. He had a really weird personality, obviously. And he was known in the hotel.
And then the worst part is that there was another festival that's massive here called Life is Beautiful. They have it every year. And this kills all the conspiracy theorists that somebody was after right-wing people, because he had taken out a room at a building that overlooked where Life is Beautiful was, and checked into it with the suitcases, with all the guns. But for some reason chose not to shoot up that festival, and then picked the country music festival to take down.
I saw where Memphis, Tennessee is one of the worst crime cities in the United States. And it just makes you scared to go anywhere.
Yeah, it just ranked the worst. Cleveland, my hometown isn't far behind. But I was gonna say, I was at the opening of the Mandalay Bay, and I remember God, it was some years ago. I thought that was fucking awesome, that place. Back then.
Well, it's connected to a really good convention center as well.
And the Four Seasons. But it suffered after the shooting. People were afraid to stay there. Nobody wanted to be near it. And so it's come back, but it suffered for quite some time.
Did the Four Seasons have 4 floors or a certain section of the Mandalay Bay? But I have a friend who.
No, it's a separate building.
Okay. And she stays there when she's in town. Her husband owns bars down there.
I put the trailer in the chat for this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring everyone down, but just watched it. When you talk about casinos, it popped in my head.
I usually don't do not gamble, but my best friend, he gambles. And we'll go in and have the buffet, and after we have the buffet, we'll go gamble. He'll give me a 20, and I'll sit there and just, one time, I hit it on the first quarter that I put into the slot machine, and I won like $4,000. So, that's why I was fucking. So.
That's why we'll invite you back to lose the 4,000.
Well, no. if I go, because I can't afford to.
Did you pay $40 back?
Yeah, I sure did.
Memphis, are you
I think,
in Vicksburg, or what's the,
I gave him like $100.
isn't there one near you? Isn't Vicksburg near you?
I'm not sure. I'm in Memphis.
Yeah, near Memphis.
Yeah, okay. I honestly don't know. I've heard of it, but I'm not sure how far away it is.
Well, that's generous of you to give him $300 because he definitely deserves whoever will do that $20 deserves a finder's fee.
Oh, yeah. I try to make sure that I gave him, what was, the right to give to him, He's a truck driver, so he gambles a lot. And sometimes he'll sit there and hit the machine as he's leaving, after he done lost a bunch of money, and then he'll hit one machine and he'll get lucky and he'll pay off. So, but he's a bit at gambling as well. So,
I tried the new split poker yesterday. Have you seen the new IGTs?
no, I haven't.
That's what I was David asking. Anyway, guys, let me see if I can find more about that. I'll put more in the chat about it.
The new IGT is Twin Dragon.
I looked for it yesterday. I'll look again.
I believe they only have it first here, but it's coming.
And by the way, I'm about an hour, maybe an hour and a half away from where they're putting those buildings for AI.
XAI.
XAI. Okay, thank you.
I just wanted to make a real quick announcement to everybody in here. In the month, the house was boomed. It is no more. So if you enjoyed or participated in conversations over there, we have a replacement house called Snatched. It is a private house by invitation only, which means no John Kitover. So if you're interested, just click on the link above and answer the question. And as long as we can validate that you are an authentic person who we've heard speak or we just know well from Clubhouse days, you are in.
What happened? Why did it go?
Mojo moved to Abby. I assumed he was just done with the drama and decided to take a break from Clubhouse for a while.
Don't know. Okay.
Ken, come up. Ken will be able to tell you the story of the person you were talking about, wannabe.
Yeah, did you invite him?
Yeah, Ken. Guarantee you he knows this. Ken.
Yeah.
Story of the
I
side
didn't want to
wannabe.
listen, but go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
The guy wannabe they're talking about that lost $200 million at Caesars.
Oh, Wannabe?
36 to win. Yeah, do you know the whole story of that?
Yeah. Well, I know most of it. So, he was a player around town. I mean, mostly he played at Caesars, and he lost whatever number that was. I don't remember if it was 200 million or some extraordinary number. You can Google this guy, by the way, okay? And he was somebody that I guess inherited a business, from his family business that was worth a lot of money, and he just ended up blowing it, on gambling. And
He played,
oh, he played everything. I remember when he played at Win also. Steve even to a point when he got slow on paying his markers, Steve actually recognized the guy was a problem gambler, and Steve cut him off. Once he got the markers paid off, that was it. He was done at Win. Okay. But I kind of remember. I think they put in. He may have been playing electronic table games back then. They may have put like a high limit, like single 0
he was drunk 24/7, and they would buy him, give him the most expensive possible alcohol, and I think that was part of the lawsuit eventually. It was, they were knowingly keeping him gambling while he was intoxicated.
Oh yeah. And I don't know if he may have been a lawsuit. I don't know why. I don't. Does anybody know if there was a settlement or whatever? That was mostly about seizures, by the way. This issue about where they didn't, exercise due care was mostly at seizures. That's where he played mostly. They actually made a special. They have these tiered casino cards. Like then if you played in Vegas, like with seizures you get, a platinum or a diamond, and above diamond they have the seven stars.
The black card.
Well, no, that's not seizures. Okay. At seizures they have the seven stars. But he didn't want the seven stars as other high rollers had it. So they created a chairman level that had only one member at the time. That was him. Even like I don't know what else he's gonna get, from doing that. But yeah, he did play all over town. But it's so long ago, I forgot a lot of the a lot of the details. So yeah.
Yeah, it had to be because they told me this story just before. They said that Steve is the one who kicked him out of Wynn, and he hasn't been at Wynn in how many years? I mean, just trying to.
Oh no, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
This was like in the.
I re-referenced the article. It was 2007.
Yeah, it was like the first part of the century. Yeah. I mean, he even played at Red Rock a little bit. I mean, not a lot. But he was. That was that liquor that they're talking about. It was called Jewel. And I'm not sure it's even the most expensive in the world. It's an expensive form of vodka. It was called Jewel of Russia. Okay, so all of the casinos that he would ever play in always had a supply of Jewel of Russia. That was the particular vodka that he wanted. You know, whatever.
Now I'm googling the vodka. Never heard of it before.
But he may have asked for that, right? I mean, I go to a Native American casino, most of our larger ones in Washington, and I see high-end tequila brands that I've never seen before. I asked the bartender, they said, well, we have a high roller, and he asked us to stock this.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, he's not the only high roller that gets taken care of like that. But he's one of maybe the biggest rollers that Vegas ever had, because, generally people, even if they have it, cut themselves off before they lose 200 million.
You would think. There's
different levels of that vodka. Looks like the high-end stuff's like 200 a bottle, something like that.
Yeah, and the article I just reread, it says in 1 year he lost 127 million, which was 20% of Caesar's Palace revenue for that year.
That makes no sense, by the way. It can't be. No, it would have to be EBITDA. It couldn't be revenue. That number would be too low to be 20% of revenue. Caesars does, and by the way, I'm talking about Caesars the whole company.
Yeah, I think they meant just the one casino, not the whole company.
Even the whole casino. I mean, that casino has to do over. I mean, they do over in revenue. It does over $1 billion, easily over $1 billion in revenue. Because it's not just gaming. It's hotels. There's Celine Dion. This, I mean, no. It sounds like 20% of an EBITDA number, not 20% of a revenue number.
Well, I never get to go blow money like that, so I don't get into it. I was put on disability sorry. 2019. And
I promise. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Brett.
That's okay, love. I just I'm on disability, and trust me, it's not a lot.
I promise this is the last time I'm gonna spam it. Because I'm gonna go on mute and work on painting for a little while. But some of you regulars for In the Muff that are down in the goo, if you click on the link and join the house above, it's a replacement house. It is private by invitation only, so there will be no John Kitover in those rooms. You're welcome to join as long as we know you as regulars. Poor John, he's really sad. We're putting him out of work this week.
Oh, what else will he record without us?
Right?
Serendipity, I was going to ask, and if it's confidential, please say it's confidential, but is the reason why the replacement of the snatch is happening is because of John Kitover only, or are there other issues? Yeah, I didn't think so, yeah.
Yeah, no, and it's, no disrespect to John, but enough people have expressed a distaste for the room streaming, and really the only way to circumvent that is to do a private house. So, yeah, it's not meant to be an exclusive house.
Yeah.
There will probably be people in there that you love and hate, but it's just essentially meant to bypass the streaming.
Right, which is why earlier, about an hour ago, he called it the Uncle Steve room, which he was close. He was close enough, but, of course the Anons can come in and stream it anytime they want, so.
Right. And like I said, regular listeners will be added without needing to confirm who you are, because I know a lot of you, like LSL and Elizabeth down there, Weedy, and Yoav, William Wallace, of course, and Michelle. But if we don't know who you are, someone will need to vouch for you to get in. And like I said, it's not about exclusivity. It's just Mr. Kitover is very creative with his accounts and his personalities. So I do want to at least verify that you are just a legit listener.
And serendipity, well, one more thing, because I have to ask, since I came in this like an hour and a half ago. From a slang point of view, the words muff, as in the muff, and snatch, in the snatch, they are somewhat related. Is that just a coincidence?
Snatched is on fleek, Steve. It means perfect, okay?
Oh, well, that's not the way I was raised, but I'm glad I know that now.
So,
And also, it's a movie with Goldie Hawn and Amy Schumer.
that's not a good story. It's the movie. Okay?
Yeah.
And it is snatched with an ED. Not
Monica, I'm sorry, not Monica, please forgive me. Serendipity, I didn't see the ED, I have bad eyesight. Now I get it. It's not snatch, but it's snatched. Got it.
Correct. We're ladies in this joint, okay?
Yes, we listen and put in when possible.
Damn straight.
Roger get kicked off the app again? I guess not in the room for a while. Does anybody know?
No, I think he left.
Yeah, he is just deactivated. He does check in periodically. But no, it wasn't clipped. It's just given the drama of the last few weeks, I think he just decided enough is enough for now.
Well, I hope his situation gets the attention it needs.
I think he's trying to avoid attention.
numbers. I have your number, all.
Call me anytime, babe. Call me anytime.
So who is Mojo on the app then?
That was
That is John Kitover in the room right here, Abby. This is a public room.
He took Roger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Roger was the original Mojo, and then John added a character or two to it, I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we are not actually in the house right now. This is a public room because we just wanted to get the link out there, so that we could capture the ones that wanted to continue to participate in the conversations. So he is in this room live streaming as we speak. He's getting his last little fix because he misses us already. So there you have it, folks.
No.
And where is
I
this?
think I need to personally thank me for not blocking this account along the way.
Top of the room, Ken. The house is called Smashed. And yeah, if you click on the link and just request to join, I will admit you.
Well, I've done that and left.
I got you. Yep. I already admitted you.
Well, thank you, love.
John is the junkie, William Wallace. He loves to make us his art. And, you know, he's gonna lose that ability, so he's a little sad.
We were chased around one room that we went to. And it was so, everybody yelling and this and that. And so we went out that room and we looked for this room. You're wrong.
Yeah, that was chillism.
Oh, way to just throw it to the wolves, man.
I'm just being honest.
Well, they
There's a
have.
reason why people are here.
Yeah.
Ken, I sent you a message.
Just because I said one thing, one of the people, they were in like a really small room and it was echoing real bad, and I just said, dude, it's too loud. And then they kicked me out, and I was like, okay. And we went and found, he wanted to find yours, and we did. Don't you love the way people say yours now instead of yours?
And third instead of fourth.
Sorry, I was letting people in.
No, you're fine. I was just making a joke about
The ties of Clubhouse. This is true, William.
people say yours instead of yours.
Goodness. Okay. I think we pretty well got the word out. And like I said, we can, you know, if people want to suggest and invite other people, we can certainly do that. It just, tomorrow morning's coffee room will be in the house. So hopefully we'll get to see a lot of familiar faces.
Well, I usually do not wake up till about 11 o'clock because I stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning.
It'll be the speakeasy clubhouse. Snatched is actually a good speakeasy name.
Right? I hope most of it is easy speak, miss.
And we stole the Rad. There's supposed to be a G there. Rad G. We got it from the movie, that show, Evil.
Is Abby still here? No. No. I was wondering about that. I was surprised that there was the new documentary about that Las Vegas shooting, and it's because I just went to load it and I've already seen it. It says it's from 22. It's not new, so I've already seen this.
Was it called 11 Minutes?
It's called 11 minutes, and yeah, I've already seen this, and I'm surprised because this is something that I've thought for a long time has been sort of popularly memory hold, even though technically it was the largest mass shooting in American history, and it is if for the alternate history conspiracy minded people, it is a deep, dark rabbit hole. Like none of what the official stories make sense at all.
I rewatched that about Louisiana and the hurricane the other day. It was really sad.
You're talking about Katrina?
Yes. They brought out a whole new show about it, and I just boring weekend.
Oh, really? It's a new production?
Yes.
What service is it available on?
I think it's on Hulu.
Oh, okay. I would like to watch that. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna go paint, y'all. But it was great meeting you, Red. I look forward to talking to you in the house rooms. We love myth, and if y'all want to keep this room open, you're more than welcome to. And if you don't, y'all can boom it. I don't care. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, y'all.
Okay, so what the temperature where everybody is? What y'all's high for the day?
Today was incredible. It was like 74 degrees today. Couldn't have asked for a better labor day.
It was.
Yeah, it was 89 here.
Yeah, 89. We have not had rain where I live in 3 months. No, it's more than 3 months. This will make 4th. Has everybody left?
No, these moderators are just moderators. They're not hosts. No way, Jose. See if we can nudge them a little bit. Or we could just go somewhere else.
I do not know what these are. They smell good, but the flowers are growing wild over here by the faucet. And my back is still hurting. So, you know what time that means.
Time to smoke.
So, I'm up since I got up, and I took my medicine when I got up. So, time to try something else. I wish they had talked about legalizing pot. But it really didn't get talked about. Seeing as it feels like we're the only ones that haven't approved it.
Ain't that some shit? to see what's going on over in Shows and see if they let us tonight, because I don't think the person that yelled at us was typically there.
Okay.
All right.
again, I think even Marshall.
But I don't believe that picture was him, nor I believe he wrote those things. I don't believe it.
So the one that you're thinking, the split picture, right, is probably, you're thinking it's not him, the one where he's
Well, he doesn't look like him.
Yeah.
What picture are you guys referring to?
Yeah, it's in the goo down there. I gotta find that stuff. Give me a second.
That picture, whoever that picture is, unless Trump has gained 80 pounds and somehow no one noticed it, that person has a huge under chin fat, and that's not Trump.
Trump looks like shit right now. He has people up his ass.
Oh, I'm so happy you're back, see? Don't leave us like that ever again.
Yeah, me too. I wanted to know more about it. See, like, what are we doing tomorrow?
See, we love debating. See, I love debating. I know I come out very passionate and it sounds like I'm yelling, but please don't ever leave.
No, you come across as rude and just like you're just not a lady like that doesn't. You come across as rude. I mean, I have to be honest, and that's
I apologize. See, just don't leave. Stay. Whatever you do, stay. Did you take your blood pressure meds?
Some marshmallows and graham crackers, and we can tell campfire stories. See, it'll help you feel better.
Oh, thank you. I'm all good. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'll give
It's a beautiful day. Don't worry about me. Worry about yourself.
No, yeah. Let's keep moving forward. JCS, what we got? Podcasting today. I know what your real name is, but I won't use it. How are you this evening, and what are your thoughts on the title right now, at this point? Don't make me use your real name.
I had a couple people tell me earlier today, let him die. I actually had people tell me when I literally had people say that. I'm just saying. I didn't say that, though. I'm just saying.
Well, how did you respond to them?
I respected what they had to say. I didn't really respond. What do you say? I don't wish anyone to die.
Who are you talking to? Are these your friends? This is actually a good, discussion here. Are these your friends that you're talking to, or are they just strangers on the street that you just happen to be talking about Trump? See?
They're people that acquaintances that I know. So yes, I know that I know. So yes, that are educated. And yes, I was surprised to hear this, but I didn't respond because I don't want to wish anyone ill well, if you will.
Thank you.
Was it Patty's room or people in Patty's room? Political presence. No, it wasn't that. No.
Didn't go well earlier over there.
Who cares about Patty's room? Like, honestly, that's fine. No, I like Patty. I do like Patty. It's fine. No, I'm just saying, it's fine. No, but it wasn't Patty's room. No. I like Patty's room. I like them, but sometimes they need to people just need to be educated. We all need to be educated. It's not a right or wrong. It's not black or white. It's not Democratic or Republican. It's about moving forward in a positive manner is what really we need to focus on. And that's really
So I don't understand. Why did you just come in this room and say you hope he dies? Is that moving forward in a positive manner?
I didn't say that. I never said that. Didn't say that. I never said that. I'm not saying that, and I won't say that. And that's not my thing. I'm saying other people said that, which I thought was really bold.
I would be fine with him dying. I don't have an issue with it.
Well, I'm glad, that's what's called projecting. When you hope Donald Trump dies, that's saying your life really sucks, and you're projecting your own death, and you're a piece of shit anti-American scumbag.
He's an elderly man in his 70s, is overweight, and already is having medical decline with his foot issue, right? So you can get all pissy and go on a tantrum, but this is an issue the Democrats should have exploited, right? The fact that his age is a problem with a high-stress work environment like this, and nobody pressed him on his cognitive abilities, right? Like, the Democrats are stupid, but this has been everyone has known about this problem with Trump for a while. He is very likely to die in office. That's okay. It's not a big deal.
Okay, so first of all, I want to ask Congressman. Thank you, Mother. I want to ask Congressman something. I don't
think Trump succumbs to stress the way that most people do. That's what allowed him to get where he is, and that's no compliment to him. I'm not extending one. But I want to ask Congressman and everyone, what do you think of Rudy Giuliani winning the presidential honor of Medal of Freedom? I can't even speak today.
He just got in trouble, didn't he? Did something just happen
No,
already?
he got into a car accident and he's in serious critical injury, so pray for Rudy Giuliani, the greatest mayor New York has ever had.
Wait, when did he go into like accident? When did that?
He rescued a woman who was being beaten up in a domestic dispute. He rescued her. An old fart like Rudy Giuliani, he's got the balls to rescue a woman. And when he got back in his car, some stupid driver crashed into the back of his car.
Was that before or after that email? Oh, that email was today. Yeah. Before. That was yesterday. The message was from today. Got it.
Yeah, that was today after the fact. Yeah, that's what he posted. Now, JCS, what do you have a certain criteria who's supposed to get that medal? Is that where you're going with this? Like, you think certain people don't deserve that medal? I'm assuming, right?
Well, I mean, I suppose you'll argue that other people don't deserve it. In his particular case, maybe the timing wasn't great because, well, it may have been purposeful, of course, but I mean, yeah, he I don't know that he's been convicted. He's been indicted, right? And so I just think that when you're indicted for a federal crime, you at least have to wait to see what legal proceedings play out to before you give someone that particular honor. That's all.
He's being persecuted.
I see your point. I actually see Dr. Joblin's point.
No, he has what's called a bias. Sorry. Rudy Giuliani is a hero.
Dr. Jordan says he's correct because I'm scared of him. I don't know. I feel like he wants to put me in prison.
Oh, don't be afraid of me. I think that, here's the thing. Like, let's say you put an unsavory person, you nominate or give them the medal. That's fine. But if you don't have a cutoff, then what do? You need a cutoff somewhere. And being indicted for a federal crime, at least wait until you hear what happens, right? I mean, for goodness sake.
He's being sued for calling somebody an election fraud participant. That's it. The legal industrial complex has bankrupted him over a lawfare bullshit lawsuit, which is completely unconstitutional. It's nothing but prosecutorial misconduct. He is an American hero. He fought the fucking mafia and broke their back. So all you Trump derangement syndrome Trump haters out there that want to parlay it onto Rudy Giuliani, go get what's called a fucking life, you fucking losers. I'm so sick of hearing your stupid bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
No, he's correct. He's 100% correct on this.
Yeah, but isn't this the guy who records people and like? Isn't this the guy who?
Yes, we all know who he is.
He's a dirty bird, though. But he's But you gotta give him credit for credit too. But he's still a dirty bird. But you gotta give him credit.
Yeah, I can't give credit to someone who posts my video of saying my brother who's in Iran asked me something, which if the Iran IRGC agents have that copy, they can put my brother in prison, and he posts that on YouTube. I'm sorry, I can't give credit to some douchebag, dirty, nasty person like that.
Okay, so back to my point for this tangent, it's like these weird, emotional tangents that people are doing right now, it's just odd, right? If you don't want to talk to people who don't agree with Trump, you can fucking leave. If you don't want to talk to Mojo because he's in the room, you can fucking leave. People forget how this app works. I'm confused.
This is definitely not your room. Why don't you just shut the fuck up?
I'm just reminding you because you're the one having the fucking meltdown on stage, right?
Shut the fuck up, woman.
It is, again, I will say whatever the fuck I want.
I'm gonna tell you shut the fuck up, woman.
No offense,
emotional meltdown is true. You're proving my point.
No offense, mother, but that was the professor at her best. That was funny the way she said that.
I'm just saying. Reminding people.
to do was shut the fuck up and not say anything, because that's exactly what this douchebag did. He recorded me from a friend room where I was saying how I said certain thing in certain room which can put my family member in danger, and he thought that was cute and funny. So he posted that. He shared my voice of talking about my family member who
Yeah,
lives
and you're
under
running your
14
mouth
feet.
again, repeating your same drama. I hate to break it to you,
No,
sweetheart, but you're not special. You're just a loud-mouthed old bitch.
You're a fucking douchebag. You're a fucking douchebag. I honestly thought you would at least apologize and be, oh, I didn't know it's serious. But you're a fucking...
No one cares about you screaming on Clubhouse, and nobody in Iran wants to fuck with your family because you're annoying.
You're a fucking mentally ill douchebag.
I mean, he's kind of right. You really aren't special. He streams every room.
Yeah.
He's not talking
And you're really loud. You sound like Mother, but a Persian variant of a loud-mouthed, obnoxious person.
You're not special at all.
Mother, hey, woman, listen.
You are not special at all. You know people report shit in this room. They have been doing it for years. If you're this sensitive about your information, maybe you should be more careful with what you run your mouth on. Like, that might be a you problem. Stop running your mouth if you want people to repeat it.
Just don't engage, guys. This getting.
Stop running your mouth if you don't want information.
Don't engage, mother, don't engage. Just leave her alone. Thanks for the invitation, man. The conversation was way better than how it went. Anyway, so Trump is okay, everyone. Photos have been made published of the day before yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, depending on where you live, and is absolutely perfectly well. And all of those were just rumors. They show all of those sickening people who are just kind of projecting their own interiorities on the internet stupidly. That's it. So he's absolutely fine. Everything's okay.
What do you believe that Trump has a body double? Just curious, what do you think about that?
That reminds me of what you were saying about Saddam. I mean, who would know?
Goodness, who could be a body double for him? I mean, truly. I mean, he's not looking too good these days. That'd be a hard one to find.
I would say he's so one of a kind that no one would ever double him.
That's my point. So let's try that.
Wait.
That would be a body double would be. I mean, it costs a lot of money to find someone to actually look like him.
Why in the heck would anyone believe that Trump is telling the truth about his health? I mean, it's just ridiculous. If Melania is hanging out at Walter Reed, something was definitely up. It's simple as that.
He lied about how sick he was with COVID. He was much sicker than anybody knew.
What is Walter Reed? What is that? Is that a hospital?
That's the hospital.
Yeah, one of the best hospitals. Yeah, you can go to the best hospital.
Could Melania have been at Walter Reed? I mean, I don't know why it has to be that she's going to see Trump. What's going on with that, guys? Well, because she was not a patient. She was clearly waiting around for someone. Are you sure about that? You saw me. Actually, I think that if it was her, I mean, they would have she would have been able to go incognito actually, and nothing would have come of it. But if she was waiting around, let me phrase it this way. Do you think, in our history, maybe I don't know how old you are, but have presidents been able to sneak into Walter Reed and sneak out of Walter Reed without being known or being seen? No, but first ladies, I'm sure, have. Okay, but not presidents, right? Right, so that's why I'm suggesting that, she wouldn't have been there other than as a visitor, or she wouldn't have been seen other as a visitor. I guess what I'm trying to get at is, how did Trump pull this off if this never happened before? We would know if he's there or not, right? I mean, I don't know what's going on there.
No, we wouldn't know if he's there or not.
But all the other presidents, we did know. Why would this be different?
Oh, they handle the press a hell of a lot differently.
So, but the press...
So that's a fair point.
Wait.
Fair point.
So, of course, yeah, obviously if Obama went in there, the press probably wouldn't do anything because they don't really care as much. But, of course, if Trump were to go in there, they would be the ones that would be like rocks all over that. Yeah, but remember, Matt, we're
we're still debating whether or not he has his right ear or not, or if it's, you know, if it is, you know, if it's gone, if it is a whatchamacallit, prosthesis. A prosthesis. We don't know if it's a prosthetic ear. We don't know if his ear is gone. We don't know if he has a we don't know if he has a wig that has an ear inserted into it. I'm of course joking, but like we just don't know.
We don't know. We don't know if the ear was even hit. We don't know anything. We don't know if the ear was even hit.
So you think Trump? They shot Trump's ear? You think it was all a ruse? Is that what you're saying?
Well, without facts, you don't know if he was even like in it. I mean, we don't know. I mean, we really don't. That's the weird thing. It is really weird, and I mean that honestly. Like, and I honestly, I don't mean this. It is weird that we don't have any facts, and no doctor has said, you know, that he got hit by. I mean, I'm being serious. Like, it is very strange. So I think he's saying this right.
Just right. He slapped his ear like he got bit by a mosquito, and the blood came out perfectly.
You people are wasting a Monday evening being delusional, just making shit up as you go along. That's all you fuckers do. It's pathetic. Go to the gym, read a book, do something creative other than coming on here and making shit up, you fucking losers.
Well, no, see, I heard that same thing too on the Alex Jones podcast. And I heard it was aliens that actually tried to shoot him down. Kitover's the voice of reason right now. Just think about it.
Yeah, think about that, everybody. Candidate John Kitover is telling you to stop making shit up, you fucking losers.
It's pretty scary what John says.
The right wing, it's funny, the right wing radio broadcasters are, you know, they're making money off of, they're taking advantage of these Trumpian opportunities, which is kind of funny because they're not doing MAGA any good, right? Like, I guess there's a right wing radio host challenging Trump's suggestion that his health is perfectly fine at the moment. I don't know. I'm having fun with you guys.
You're fine. You're funny. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Welcome.
I mean, I really don't want to go down that conspiracy theory stuff, but, I mean, so the theory...
Matt, it's the same shit. This is the mental health bullshit that they threw on Trump every single fucking time. Oh, he's got all these mental health problems.
Mojo, the good thing is when you debate the hood, that this might come up and you can be ready for it, you know what I mean? You never know. But all I'm saying is, like, so someone did die at that event, right? If I'm not mistaken.
He was a firefighter, and others were wounded.
Firefighter. So how does one stage a death? That's kind of like where I always go with this. Exactly. Shoot my ear, please don't miss my head and kill me. And then we're going to have someone else die, and it's not going to get out. And they're like... You guys really want to go down that route? Jay, yeah.
That wasn't staged. How many people think it was staged? That's a bit fucking much, man.
People died in incidents that are sick.
Obese, honey.
People died in the incident. Like, plenty of people died. They're sitting behind it. People were shot in the incident. The families lost their dear ones. And yet people talk about. Anyway, look, the president isn't particularly in an optimal shape, we would say. This is the reality of it. But he's doing absolutely fantastic. He's relentless, just judging by his demeanor and his just relentlessness and his unyielding, persistent, unstoppable kind of character in the latest press conference he made with the Secretary of Defense behind him, talking about his upcoming meeting with Putin. I'm not for Trump, I'm not for anything, I'm just a human being living on planet Earth, watching a president today, head of state, just trying his best to resolve a critical issue, right? That touches every life on this planet, I guess, and we all need to be cheering for that. Not for the names, not for the strategies, but for world leaders shaking hands. And all of this nonsense about just like making up shit and talking about it and spreading just unfounded and just lies.
that's absolutely childish. We need just to grow beyond that and just make it a better conversation. I think that everyone.
Well, for the sake of a better conversation, while my husband is gripping his green card, he says to me, I hope Trump had a heart attack. I said, what did you say about Daddy Donnie? Can you believe the shit out of Joe's mouth? I can't believe it.
Shameful. Shameful, Joe.
Shameful, Joe.
People do want to gaslight all the time, nonstop, in Clubhouse, out of Clubhouse. I gotta say, like, Clubhouse really proves it, that whether you're in or out of it, people are chronically addicted to making gaslighting statements. I think it's for the sake of creating dopamine, whether you're like intentionally doing it or not. But I think that's the real motivation: is the brain wants to produce dopamine to make sure it has a good time.
I mean, that's the other part of this is I'm assuming nobody wants, the other side doesn't want JD Vance to take the helm either, right? So,
Exactly.
You don't want that, right? So you don't. I mean, I guess you gotta pick who you want, right? In this case, I mean, you don't want Trump to go away.
I pray that, yes, that's why I pray. We don't want that.
Well, look at what Howard Kaufman, a campaign contributor to candidate Kitover, he wrote both Trump and Rush Limbaugh are fat, lazy, racist assholes. Now, I gotta say, I don't know if they're necessarily fat, and I don't think they're racist. I think that isn't even projection, because I doubt you're a racist, but you could be fat, Howard.
No, that was Necro who said that, Mojo.
Oh, he's quoting it?
Yeah. I'll look at that, yeah.
Oh, thank God, because I was like, why is a campaign contributor writing, about these two great American heroes?
I won a trip from Rush Limbaugh. Like, that's so funny. That was so long ago. Off the radio, going to work. That's so funny. I won a trip.
When Rush Limbaugh died, I was at a restaurant. This fat piece of shit at a table next to me said, I hope I can go to Rush Limbaugh's grave and piss on it. I got so angry while I was eating pizza. I thought to myself, should I go fuck this guy up? But I just sat there and I said, just relax. You're at a pizza parlor.
It was a lot different when he was in his earlier career, though. Rush was he was a lot different, though. I mean, I have to be quite frank with that. I'm not sure how he was a lot different in terms of.
He grew up with Trump's privilege, right? His background, his privilege. I don't think that makes him racist at all. I think he's done things to go outside of that stereotype and prove it to not be true. So I give him props for that, because some people would just lay in it and love that people call them a racist and don't give a fuck.
Well,
they don't care because they have all the privilege.
To these racial ID projectors, everyone is racist because it's a post-structural white racist supremacist society. This is all they live on. They have nothing else to talk about. They're the dumbest people you could ever meet. All they do is bring up this stupid racial identity politics. It's a waste of time. And Necro is even a contributor to my campaign, but he did make me promise that I would help release or write a letter to Trump saying, release the Epstein files. I said, sure thing, Necro, send the $5. I'll put it on my to-do list. So don't forget, Necro, I'm not forgetting.
What's your campaign?
Hold on. First off, salute to my nigga, Mac. Second off, Mojo, you sound dumb as fuck. Black people can't be racist, man. Don't just cause y'all be racist.
Bullshit, Mike.
You can't be racist. How the fuck can we be racist?
Because I have 10,000 hours of Clubhouse recordings to prove that there's lots of black racists on this app. That's a fact.
Fuck about Clubhouse recordings. Black people, we can't be racist, bro. You sound crazy.
No, people can be racist, stupid. It's not just black people can't be. It's people can be racist, dummy. People. Stop with your racial identity card bullshit.
What the definition of racism is? Mike. Racism is someone who believes it's a race
Point's here. Hey, Point, come on up and tell everybody how big of a stupid dummy they are now that you're on TV and you're a supermodel. You big stupid dummy. I don't know if anybody knows this, but Point is actually John Kitover. He's a gay white guy pretending to be a black woman. Here on the app, his name is Point. So if you ever see Point in a room, be sure to just say, hey, that's John Kitover. That's not Point. That's not a gay white guy pretending to be a black guy. That's John Kitover, not Point. You big stupid dummy. You big stupid dummy. Everybody fell for my troll. You big stupid dummies. I'm a supermodel and I'm on TV. You just hate me. But my name is Point. I am complete. You big stupid dummies.
Hey y'all, I'm sorry, I didn't know y'all were still here. I've been gone for a while. How could you do that so high, such a high voice?
Yeah,
so wrong.
He's a character for sure. Holly, pretty then.
I had to I put my kiddos to bed and then our cat is actually she's about to have babies and she's acting pretty weird. Like she's actually cuddled up with my kids right now, which is not really her thing. She's like acting super weird.
Holy shit.
When are you gonna invite your mom on the app?
Oh god.
I want to meet your mom.
I don't think
You guys see Holly's mom?